Introducing the Providence Bruins, number 3, Steve Jakes. Number 5, Chris Winnis. Number 6, Rick Allain. Number 7, Peter Laviolette. Number 8, Jim Veazey. Number 11, Andrew McKim. Number 13, Grigory Pantalev. Number 15, C.J. Young. Number 16, Joseph Stumple. Number 17 is Sergei Zoltar. Number 18, Dominic Lavoie. Number 19, Glenn Murray. Number 20, Bill Ewers. Number 21, Tim Sweeney. Number 22, Mark Chris. Number 25, Jamie Huscroft. The goaltenders, number 1, Mike Parsons. Number 30, Mike Bale. The athletic trainer, Jerry Foster. Equipment manager, Peter Henderson. Assistant equipment manager, Chris Muggsy Aldrich. The assistant coach of your Providence Bruins, Mark Kumpel. And the head coach of your North Division champions, Mr. Mike O'Connell.
Well, a lot of pageantry here at the Providence Civic Center. They get this crowd revved up for the Calder Cup playoffs. Now the crowd is standing for our national anthem, and who could be singing the anthem tonight but the one and only Renee Rancourt. So back downstairs we go.
But fans, before our national anthem, we would like to direct your attention to center ice for a very special presentation. Would you please welcome the American Hockey League Secretary and Vice President, Gordy Anziano. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Gordy will present your Providence Bruins captain, Peter Laviolette, with the F.G. Oates Trophy, awarded annually to the North Division champion. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rene Rancourt.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallant.
think we got everybody revved up enough. Calder Cup playoffs begin tonight at the Civic Center here in Providence, Rhode Island. Pretty good crowd on hand for a Monday night here in Game 1.
George Maniluk is the goaltender for the Springfield Indians, 4-year American Hockey League veteran. He's only played 7 games this season. Goals against average of 4.02. Mike Lenarduzzi not dressed tonight. Corey DeLazio is the backup goaltender tonight out of Cornell. Mike Bales in the nets for the Providence Bruins. Mike Bales is 15 of his last 19. 17 of his last 20 started. 15 of his last 19 is won. 2-0 and a 4.68 goals against average versus the Springfield Indians.
Well, 3 officials tonight as assigned by the American Hockey League as we get the Calder Cup playoffs underway. You're looking at referee Dave Jackson. He'll be assisted by 2 very able linesmen, Lyle Seitz and Tom Owens. So we're ready to play hockey here in Providence, Rhode Island. That was quite an introduction.
Sure was. You know, every now and then you write a note, you can't read your writing, and that's what happened to me with Bales. I knew that he started 17 of 20, and I thought he won 15 of 19, but I couldn't read my writing, and he did win. He has won 15 of his last 19.
15 of his last 19 in this building, where Providence has been exceptional this year. They've won 30, lost 9, and tied 1. You're looking at Jay Leach, head coach of the Springfield Indians. In his second season as their head coach, he brought his team in here 7 times this year. Providence won 6 of those games, but all 7 games were decided by 1 goal. And his counterpart, what a fine job Mike O'Connell has done in his first year behind the Bruins bench.
Just to Mike O'Connell's left, nearer the camera, is Mark Kumpel, the assistant coach, player coach this year, acting as a coach tonight, former Quebec Nordique.
Providence winning the Northern Division standings in the American Hockey League. 94 points. Again, that 39-1 mark at home. Adirondack and Capital District also in the playoffs. They're playing best of 7. And Springfield coming in 4th. 25 wins, 41 losses, 14 ties. New Haven did not qualify for the playoffs. So we're underway here. Northern Division. Day stepping in. Day against C.J. Young out at center ice.
That's a little ECAC matchup. Joe Day out of St. Lawrence and C.J. Young from Harvard. Young was Calgary property, just recently brought to Boston and now in Providence.
And the 93 Calder Cup playoffs underway here at the Civic Center. Broken up by Chapman just inside his own blue line. Dumping it back out to center. Huscroft now will dump it back in. That hits the glass, climbs the grass, and winds up back in the crowd. So 14 seconds into the hockey game, our first stoppage. Faceoff will come just inside the Springfield line. Anytime you get a playoff series underway, best of 7, usually there's a feeling out process. First part of the first period. It'll be a long series, best of 7. Game 2 here at the Providence Civic Center tomorrow night. Games 3 and 4 coming up in Springfield this weekend. Off to face-off, controlled now by Chapman of the Indians. He will skate with it back out to center ice, play a little dump and chase. Bales gets a piece of it back behind the goal. Huscroft bumping there with Day. Puck knocked loose. Veazey trying to get it back for Huscroft without a stick now. And I believe we're going to get a penalty being assessed to Scott Morrow for grabbing a stick.
That's exactly what the penalty is, and you can see the stick grabbed right out of the hands of Huscroft. And Morrow's going off 2 minutes for holding on to the stick. Of course, the Providence Bruins power play, an excellent power play, 24.8% effectiveness, second in the American Hockey League. Penalty killing for the Springfield Indians. They've killed off 333 of 426. They rank 15th in the American Hockey League in shorthand effectiveness.
So holding the stick against Morrow just 28 seconds into the hockey game. Bob Frateroli is our producer director tonight. Megan Rooney down from Nesson along with Paul Carroll, lending their expertise down in the truck downstairs. Mary Alice Leona is our AD, and we are all set to go. Playoff hockey.
You have one of the best power plays in the league against one of the weaker shorthands.
Todd Richards out of the University of Minnesota sending it down the ice. Bales will stop back behind his goal. Here comes Peter Laviolette wearing that familiar number 7. Starting out Dominic Lavoie. Lavoie carries out to center. He will dump it into the Springfield zone. Broken up by Tomlak along the boards. Murray was skated out by Richards. Laviolette goes to the corner. Bumping there with McHugh. Puck is not cleared out, though. Stumple keeps it in. Stumple shot was deflected over the top of the goal. And Chapman now finds an opening and sends it all the way down the ice.
Stumple took a big wind-up on that shot just inside the blue line. Enabled Mike McHugh to get in and get a piece of it and deflect it high.
Bruins setting up. Lavoie clearing it in. Tipped along the boards by Stumple. Dumped back. Here's a chance. Lavoie tried to slide it through, but that was broken up and then cleared out of there by Suomalainen. Bales will keep things moving over to Laviolette. 58 seconds to go in the holding the stick call against Scott Morrill. Laviolette now at center for the Providence Bruins. Will slap it in. Ricochets out in front and then dumped back down the ice by Joe Day. Bales at the side of the cage, clearing up on the left wing. Grigory Panaleev dumping it off for McKim. Providence having difficulty getting started now. Steve Jakes gets it tied up over there. Mark Chris out of Boston University trying to fish it free around the boards. Finally comes free. And here's Panaleev coming out. 24 seconds left in the Providence power play. Back out at center ice. Puck was tipped by McKim. Broken up by Todd Richards at the line. And now Steve Jakes moving it ahead for Panaleev. Bumped there by Chapman. And the play is whistled down offside. 12 seconds left in the penalty to Morrill. We play 2 minutes and 16 seconds here of Viscola's first period.
Jukka Suomalainen made a nice play against Dominic Lavoie on the right point. Lavoie faked the shot, got Suomalainen to go down. Once you fake the shot, it's very difficult to make a pass off of that play. There's a check off the sideboards. Good hit right there by number 28, Mike Tomlin. There's the fake. Now he's down, tries to make a pass off the fake. He had plenty of room to carry that puck around, maybe get in a little bit deeper. Chose to try to pass it to the inside, as you saw.
Zoltak is out there between Young and Chris Winnis. Chris is one defenseman. Dominic Lavoie is the other. Lavoie with the puck now from center ice. Clears it in on goal. Knocked away by Maniluk. Winnis drops it back out in front. Zoltak had the shot broken up. That'll about do it for the Providence power play. Bales stopping it at the other end. Morrow has returned, and Springfield is back at full strength. Mark Chris carrying out to center, dumping it ahead. Back after it now goes Chapman. Winnis is on his tail, bumping him along the boards, trying to work it free out in front. But Daniels broke that up now for Springfield. Winnis comes up with the puck, hit a skate with it. Chris from the blue line. Little flipper goes wide, and Brian Chapman will dump it all the way back down, right on goal, and a save for Bales. Off now for Mark Chris as we reach the 3-minute mark here of Viscola's first period. Providence and Springfield in the 1993 Calder Cup playoffs. Chris back behind the goal. Will start out now for the Bruins. Pass down the left board, misses everybody. Back after it now. And with the touchback there, Humanek, but they had waved the icing off. Out comes Springfield. Day out to center. Day losing it to Tim Sweeney. Got Morrill, handing it out to Sweeney at center. Here comes Sweeney back across the line. Over to Murray, back out in front. Zoltak is stopped by Maniluk. Sergei Zoltak set up right on the doorstep. And Maniluk coming up with a big save. Back is Laviolette, and that'll be an icing call against Springfield. 16-14 remains here. Scoreless first period.
To follow the Bruins as they head into playoff action, as well as the rest of the NHL, turn to NESN Sports Desk, the morning edition, for the most complete and concise coverage anywhere. We'll be there for all the highlights as the Celtics continue to jockey for position in the Eastern Conference. And it's okay to be called out looking at Sports Desk as Roger Clemens tries to rocket the Sox to the top of the AL East. All that and more from 5 to 9 on NESN Sports Desk, the morning edition.
You can see Tim Sweeney looking all the way, trying to find somebody to pass, who's got the eyes wide open, gets on the forehand. Great move there by Morrow. Dishes it off. Watch this pass. Beautiful pass from Glenn Murray. Zoltak tries to get it through the 5-hole, and goaltender Maniluk, veteran American Hockey League performer, does a nice job there keeping that one out. Sergei Zoltak, after a slow start, has had an outstanding season for the Providence Bruins.
Now you can see by those numbers, he is the goal scorer. Didn't get much wood on that one. Maniluk able to make the save.
He's a pretty clever passer as well, but that was a nice pass by Murray, set up beautifully by Sweeney.
Well, we're 3 minutes 55 seconds into this hockey game. Sergei Zoltak. Easy for me to say, huh? Z-H-O-L-T-O-K, Zoltak.
One of a number of imported either Czechs or Russians on the team. Denis Shervyakov, a Russian defenseman. Sergei Zoltak, a Russian forward. Joseph Stumpel, a Czechoslovakian #1 draft choice by the Bruins.
There's Stumpel.
See Stumpel right there.
Grigory Panaleev.
Another Russian. The Boston Bruins did a great job, I thought, this year in setting up a language program for these players right off the bat when they came to this country and got them started in English lessons.
Off the face-off, Jakes a shot. Maniluk holds on. And a face-off coming up again in the Springfield zone as we reach the 4-minute mark now of the first period. Those end zone face-offs.
Well, it's never a mistake to take a shot from the point when you get this kind of draw. It comes directly out. You see the shot right off the bat, right there, just inside the line. Sometimes you can catch a goaltender not aware. Providence that time, when they saw the puck out at the point, might have had greater movement to the front of the net to try to set up a screen, but goaltender Maniluk had a pretty good look at that.
Chalafu again against Stumple on the draw. Stumple out there along with Murray and Sweeney.
They're going to make a substitution, get Paul Sear out there, 10-year NHL veteran.
Still win the draw. Providence does. Jakes again is stopped by Maniluk. As again, Stumple won the draw, drew it back to Jakes, and Jakes bombed it towards the goal. Here's Jakes again along the board. Bolio coming out. Bolio sending it all the way back down, wide of Bales. Rick Elaine going back, and Elaine will touch the puck, and another icing call against the Springfield Indians, who once again, the face-off will go all the way back in the Springfield zone.
Fans, if you can, come out and follow the Baby Bees all the way to the Calder Cup in person here at the beautiful Providence Civic Center. Tickets are easy to obtain either here at the box office, Ticket Pro, or by calling 1-800-828-7080. Don't get shut out. Make sure to order your tickets today.
Game 2 here tomorrow night. Game time is 7 o'clock at the Providence Civic Center.
Jacques can fire the pucks. Had a couple of beautiful setups off a Stumple face-off win. That time, Maniluk, nice save with the right pad. Going to alert on both of those.
Time it comes back to Huscroft. His shot, that's armed away into the crowd by Maniluk, who's getting a little tired of these end zone face-offs because his club is losing them all.
Providence Bruins can put the puck on the net. That time on the right sideboard, Heward got the shot off as he got the face-off, came over to his side.
Providence Bruins have averaged about 5.5 goals per game in this building, while winning 30, losing 9, tying 1. Here's Huscroft again from the point. Huscroft lets it go, deflects wide of the goal. Finally, McHugh getting it back out to center. Sumalainen. Too far for Govideros. Stopped there by Bales. Off for Huscroft. Sumalainen keeping it in. Govideros playing it back into the opposite corner. Tomlak now comes up with it. He takes the bump from Peter Laviolette. Now Tomlak trying to work it free along the board. Now ran into Billy Ewers. We got a penalty called.
It's going to be a hit from behind or a charge.
Hit from behind, a charge or a boarding call. It'll come at 4:55 here at period number 1 and give Springfield its first manpower advantage.
Heward, number 3 in the American Hockey League in penalties, now has 304 minutes as he goes off, I believe, for charge. Take a look right here. There's 3 steps, 4 steps. That's a charge. Billy Heward adds a little bit of intensity to the team, and he has had a good season scoring as well. Has 18 goals, 19 assists, 37 points. A whole bunch of guys on this team have had career highs in offense.
Tomlak along with McHugh up front. Petrovitsky is also out there. Chapman and Richards manning the point. Richards getting it over now to Brian Chapman. Chapman scoots with it out to center ice. Now Chapman will dump it back into the Providence Bruins zone. McHugh coming down the right side, trying to work it free in the corner. Laviolette has Tomlak tied up. Comes back to Todd Richards on the point. Richards finds McHugh. McHugh, the former University of Maine star, at the shot block. Here's Tomlak moving it over now to Brian Chapman. Chapman will keep it in on the point. Off for Todd Richards. Tomlak back behind the goal. Tomlak setting up shot, working it over. Petrovitsky back on the point now for Chapman. A shot, and that was tipped wide out in front. Here's Richards. Richards goes to work in the corner. Drops it back now for McHugh. McHugh, dangerous pass for Chapman. Picked off now by McKim. Andrew McKim back out to center. McKim on a solo rush takes the shot, and that will deflect high back into the crowd. 1:01 left in the boarding call against Eward. 14:06 remaining here in a scoreless first period.
I'll tell you, Springfield had an outstanding chance from the point, and Bales made a nifty save just through a lot of traffic in front of him. Watch this puck. It's going to go out to Chapman on the point. He's on the left point, right on your side. And you see Chapman, you see Bales make a good save there with lots of bodies right in front of the net. Springfield power play pretty good. 7th in the league at almost 20%. 19.5% will round that one off. Springfield, the Providence team, 3rd in the league in penalty killing. 17.6. effectiveness. Once again, I'm struggling with the math. When I have to substitute those decimals and subtract them, I really struggle.
I got to get you a calculator.
No. You've got to get me a brain for math.
Bales gets a piece of it. Toropochenko goes in. Watch there by Lavoie. Here's Govideros. Govideros off for Joe Day. Day on the power play for Govideros, trying to work it back out in front. Sweeping it out of there, though, was Tim Sweeney. Humanick keeping it in. Humanick for Toropochenko. Centering pass was broken up. Penalty coming up against Providence. They're going to be two-men shot.
Yeah, that's an ill-advised penalty right there, and I think you're going to see C.J. Young go off for a slash right in front of the net. Also ill-advised is number 29, Scott Humanick, coming over to give C.J. Young a bump on his way to the bench. Just sort of challenging the referee to give him an unsportsmanlike penalty, but C.J. Young going off at 6:33 for slash. He came right in the slot.
So Providence two-men short for the next 22 seconds. Joe Day is out there.
Watch Young. Young's 15, right in that high slot area, just inside the line. Came across with the timber right across the shoulder, right-hander.
Petrovitsky along with Govideros. Toropochenko up front. Chapman and Richards are the point men sent out by Coach Leach. And Springfield will have to regroup. Now 15 seconds left in the two-man advantage. Brian Chapman. Stick handling out of his own zone. Watched by Tim Sweeney. Sweeney, Laviolette, and Lavoie are out there for Providence. Doing a good job of killing off his two-man disadvantage.
Always difficult to kill off back-to-back penalties as well, Bob, but if you do, it has a deflating effect on your opponent.
Here's Toropochenko cutting into the backhand. Laviolette knocking it from in front of the goal. Petrovitsky watched by Laviolette. Back on the point, Richards for Chapman. A shot, he scores! Chapman from the point deflected out in front, and Springfield with a power play goal will take a 1-0 lead.
I think it's going to be Govideros right in front of the net on the shot by Chapman from the right point. Govideros and Toropochenko are right in front of the net. Watch the player, not number 14. Watch number 14. I think he gets the tip. Watch it right here. Govideros just inside the bar. Chris Govideros, outstanding hockey player in the American Hockey League, gets his 32nd goal.
14, Chris Govideros. Assisted by number 22, Brian Chapman.
He was the #1 draft pick for this Hartford Whaler franchise back a couple of years ago.
It'll be Govideros from Chapman and Richards at 7-11 on the power play, and the Indians have grabbed a 1-0 lead. Here come the Bruins with Panalev working his way across the line. He was taken down. Paul Sear swings back behind goaltender Maniluk. Sear now for the Indians. 7.5 minutes into the hockey game. Denis Chalifou back now for Paul Sear. Sear coming out of his own zone, carrying with it out to center, crossing the red line, dumping it in. Tipped by Morrill. Back out to center. Sear. Corey Bolio. Bolio had it knocked free. Jakes had it knocked away from his stick. Wound up in the Providence bench. Let's take a break as tonight's broadcast comes your way from the Providence Civic Center.
For the best in fresh and saltwater fishing, tune in each week to Jim Baugh's American Angler. We'll show you some of America's top fishing holes, as well as great tips on travel and cooking. So join us each week as we take you on the most beautiful angling adventures in America. That's Jim Baugh's American Angler.
Wednesdays at 5:30 on NESN, your ticket to the great outdoors.
Back to the live action here at the Civic Center.
Chris Govideros is 32nd, 14 on power play from Brian Chapman and Todd Richards at 7-11, 1-0 Springfield.
So Jakes will carry out, finds Panalev, who will carry to center. Panalev crossing the blue line, cutting in here, forced wide. Swept away by Humanick, not out though, as Elaine will keep it in. Off for Steve Jakes. And Rick Elaine now will have to reload back out at center ice. 1-0 in favor of Springfield. Power play goal at 7-11. Mike McHugh will gain the line. Cutting in here against Elaine, who played it perfectly defensively. Tomlak dropping it back on the point. Chapman keeping it alive. Putting it wide of Bales. Puck was loose. Digging for it was Daniels, and Bales will hold on. Red light comes on. But I think Bales held that one at bay.
I think the referee's saying that he blew the whistle, but I'll tell you, Scott Daniels, when that puck was cleared by Bales, it bounced off someone, might have been Daniels, right in front and came right back at Bales again. Let's take a look at it. Keep your eye on number 20. There's the pass to the inside, the save. Puck's going to come off the boards. Bales has it. Just never gets out of the zone as it bounces off Steve Jakes, and then Daniels comes in, takes a rep, another rep. Bales finally is able to keep that leg up against the pole. Referee Jackson calls timeout, and then the red light went on. There's Mike Bales. Been red hot in the Civic Center, I'll tell you, though. Hasn't lost many games here. 15 of 19 at the Civic Center. Started the last 17 of 20. But not been great against the Springfield team. He's 2-0, but a 4.68 goals against that.
Jamie Huscroft back behind goaltender Bales. We're approaching the 9-minute mark here at the first period. 1-0 in favor of visiting Springfield. Joseph Stumple gaining the line. Works here against Jukka Suomalainen. Suomalainen will take the puck away. Cut off by Glenn Murray back behind the goal. Off now for Daniels. Daniels having some difficulty there with Timmy Sweeney, but Joe Day will charge back out to center. Here's Joe Day gaining the line, dropping it off for Petrovitsky, back for Toro Pochenko. There's a chance. Petrovitsky hits his skate, winds up back behind the goal. Stumple was dumped. Here comes Laviolette carrying back out to center. Peter Laviolette. Sweeney's the trailer. Sweeney takes the shot, hits traffic, gets it back again. Tried to drop it back to the trailer, but that was broken up. Sweeney working it down. Here's Sweeney again with a shot. Puts it over the top of the net. Murray chased behind the net by Chapman. Rolls it back for Sweeney. Sweeney got tied up out in front. And Petrovitsky now will carry back out to center. And then roll it back into the Providence zone. Right back, though, comes Jamie Huscroft. Here come the Providence Bruins in the midst of a player change. Huscroft stick handling across the line. Rolls it in front. Manilock, a sliding save. As cutting in front of the net was Chris Winnis. Face-off coming up in the Springfield zone as we pass the 10-minute mark here in the first period.
Well, there was some great action. Manilock's made some nifty saves. Winnis just rolling toward the net on that one. Almost got that tip and converted. And Manilock saw it coming all the way, slid to his left, and stuffed Winnis as he tried to redirect that pass. Boy, didn't Sweeney make a nifty move to get open. Just a great pivot move. This is a good drop pass here. This is a Winnis play. Right there. Nice save by Manilock.
Chalafu and McKim on the face-off to the left of Manilock. Providence had it briefly. And Eward ran his man up against the board. That's Bolio. Bolio was in a bad position, so we get a quick whistle. Another face-off coming up in the Springfield zone.
Fans, museum-quality replicas are still available of Leroy Neiman's Masterful or for the defense. These collector's items can be yours by calling 1-800-793-6774. Order yours today, as all the proceeds, remember, this is going to be distributed between Boston's Children's Hospital, the Lupus Foundation, and the Ronald McDonald Charities. That's Leroy Neiman's Masterful or for the defense. There's Mr. Manilock out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. 4-year veteran of the American Hockey League. Brought up by the Colonial League, a new league. Just a late addition to the Springfield Indians roster. Most of the goaltending done by Mike Lenarduzzi and Corey DeLisio.
Here again against McKim in a battle of number 11s. Again, Providence controls the draw. This is Billy Eward rolling it right out in front. Manilock will knock it out of there. Or Pachenko will try the other board. Chris, though, will keep it in. McKim. Sear not out. The Bois shot was knocked wide of the net. Now Sear ridden out there by Billy Eward. Now knocked down by Eward. Finally, Toro Pachenko gets it back out to center. Manilock will stop back behind the goal. Off for Todd Richards. Toro Pachenko ahead now for Chalafu. Denis Chalafu across the line. Chased there by Lebois. Dominic Lebois rubs him out.
He had him lined up all the way.
Andrew McKim gaining the line. McKim cutting in with a shot. Missed the net on the short side. Rick Elaine reloads at center. Manilock stops behind the goal. Scott Humanix. Too far. Jakes will chase it down. Jakes back behind the net. Roboderos was right on him. Here's Jim Beasy on the right wing. Beasy and Panaleev across the line. And and that'll be whistled down offside. 8:29 remains here, first period, 1-0 Springfield.
The eyes have it, and all eyes will be on the Boston Bruins as they make their way towards the 1993 Stanley Cup. You'll have to look no further than Nesson for unparalleled coverage as the boys in black and gold make their way towards the team's 6th Cup championship. Nesson's got your ticket, so follow along as the Bruins take to the ice. The goal of a Stanley Cup title clearly within view.
Denise Chalifoux is looking to try to go backdoor against Lavoie, but look at how he has that inside relationship. Can't go backside on him. He's got to try to go to the front, and Lavoie just presses him up against the boards. See, what Chalifoux is trying to do is try to put the pivot on him and come back the other way, back behind him. You keep that back, a little bit back relationship. You can't do that. Good picture of that.
Rumenick getting it back out to center. Too far for Govideros. Broken up by Jake. Beasy was bumped off the puck, but covering up now. Joel Koch ahead for Panaleev. Panaleev tried to find Beasy. That was just broken up at the last second that time by John Stevens. Tomlak, a drop pass. Panaleev will scoot the other way. Panaleev goes across the line. Beasy with him. So is Zoltak off his skates. Govideros tries to clear, not out. Huscroft shot. Maniluk makes the save. Couldn't find the puck. Got to be there someplace. It's underneath him. Maniluk had no idea where that puck was.
Huscroft had the shot from the right point. But what happens is Beasy, who leads the Providence Bruins in goals against the Springfield team with 9. Watch what happens is Beasy's in front with the tip. Down it goes, and Maniluk catches the bounce. Catches it just bouncing up off the ice underneath the pad. He's got it somewhere and right up against that post with the right glove. He's getting in there. It goes behind him. Gets the glove down.
So he didn't have a clue.
Boy, he doesn't. I think he knows where it is, but he doesn't think he has it very well. Jamie Huscroft shot from the point, and the BC tipped in front. Almost had the tying goal of the Providence Bruins. 7:48 remaining in this first period. 1-0 Springfield on a Chris Govideros power play goal at 7:11 in the first period. His 32nd of the season, 14th on power play.
Chapman and Richards getting the assist on that power play goal, and that has been it. Chapman now will go back behind his own goal. Season series, 10 wins for Providence, 4 for Springfield, including 6 of the 7 Providence won here. But again, every game here has been decided by 1 goal, and 2 of the 7 games here have gone overtime. Daniels had it hop his stick right out in front, then took a hit from Huscroft, who smacked him up against the boards. Joe Day. Day is tied up by Joseph Stumple. Daniels getting it free. Day tied up by Huscroft, and Peter Laviolette now will come out. Laviolette to Stumple. Back for Laviolette, carrying out to center as we reach the 13-minute mark here in the first period. Here's Sweeney, had it tipped. Stumple tried to work it back in front, but that's broken up. And we've got a Springfield penalty coming up as Sweeney was taken down out in front.
Well, Sweeney was working himself to the net, and I think they're going to call Suomalainen for cross-checking. This line is very clever offensively for Providence, and Suomalainen saw Sweeney converging on the net, working the net, anticipated the pass back, and decided to put Sweeney on the ice. See the play develop, and you can see what they're looking at as Sweeney continues toward the net right here. He's going to get hit right from behind, right there. Cross-check.
13:03, the time of the penalty. Second power play of the night for Providence. Mike O'Connell will be sending out Andrew McKim.
Jay Leach on the Springfield bench, who's been rumored in thousands of newspaper articles to be one of the prime candidates for the University of Massachusetts at Amherst coaching job. Everybody's been mentioned for that job except you and I.
I think you have. I don't think I have.
You're not that chosen.
There's a chance for McHugh. McHugh flying down the right side. Dominic Lavoie getting it back over to Steve Jakes. Jakes back out to center. Now Jakes will slam it back in. Tomlak taking the bump there for McKim. Stevens going to work in the corner rather aggressively, drawing the ire of the crowd. And the puck is sent down towards Bales. Minute 22 to go in the Providence power play. Here's Jake. Off for Jolcock. Up with it's McKim. Now McKim plays it back behind the goal. We got another penalty coming up here for Springfield. It'll be a slashing call, and the Indians 2 men short.
Well, let's see who's going to go off on this one. I saw Vesey slash. Let's see if he's the one that goes off. Yeah, it's going to be Vesey. Vesey retaliated right by the dot, right by the red dot in center ice, and I think that's who they caught. A little roughing right at that spot between. Just watch this play develop, and you'll see what happens.
Well, Bales read it wrong because he went to the bench.
Yeah, that's Vesey. He gets knocked back right there by number 22, Chapman. And he took a whack at Chapman, and he gets the slash.
So Vesey gets caught. 2 minutes for slashing. 13:52 the time of the call. So we'll play 5 aside. So the face-off will come outside the Springfield line. 1:11 left to go in the cross-checking call against Suomalainen. So 4 skaters aside for the next 1:11, and then assuming no further penalties, the 49-second Springfield power play. Laviolette dumping back off and off for Dominic Lavoie. Lavoie will gain the line. Lavoie on quick wrist shot and a nice save by Manilow.
Well, he can really shoot the puck. Great snap wrist shot.
Todd Richards moving it ahead for Brian Chapman. Chapman out to center. Petrovitsky was bumped there by Lavoie, who took it away. Well, Petrovitsky gets it back again. Poke check by Peter Laviolette. Laviolette hustling, poking it away from Joe Day. Here's Joseph Stumple. Stumple and Murray out to center. Stumple gains the line. Wide circle. Looking for help. Finds Lavoie. Another wrist shot knocked away. Murray out in front had the shot blocked. And then was knocked down by Todd Richards. Stumple. Lavoie drive. Manilow, another save. They score! Glenn Murray picked up the rebound. Manilow stopped the first one. Had no idea where the rebound was. Murray found it, and the game is tied at 1.
Is the referee calling no goal there? No, it can't be. Maybe he is. Wow.
Based on what?
Maybe blew the whistle. Didn't see it. The whistle had blown. Well,
they didn't say why. They just said no goal.
Maybe the goal. They're putting the goal crease, the goal cage back on. Let's see if we can see. Here's a shot right here by Lavoie. Puck trickles out. Wow. Clearly a goal unless the whistle blows.
Well, the whistle blew, but there's absolutely no reason to blow it.
Yeah, I see the referee there with his hands up. Terrible call. Oh, boy. That was a bad one.
So scratch 1 from the Providence Bruins. That's an error on the official.
That was
and the
a bad
face-off will go to the left.
He was in position. He should have seen that puck. He must have lost his concentration and was thinking the puck was underneath Manilow, even though it was sort of escaping off to his right.
Off the face-off, controlled again by Providence. Winnis will take it back behind the net. Now Winnis. This will be Stevens. Stevens with, well, I thought he had some operating room. They got cut off over there by C.J. Young. Scott Humanick looking for an avenue of escape. Will find one down the right side. Gets it across his own line to center. Here's Gobaderos sending it in. Bad ricochet right out in front of Bale. Right now it's a Springfield mini power play as Suomalainen has come back. So Springfield has the man advantage for the 3rd time in the hockey game. Under 23 seconds to go in the power play for Springfield. Scott Humanick dumping it in. Mark Chris bumped there by Mike Tomlak. McHugh trying to get it free, so is Gobaderos. Winnis keeping an eye on things in the corner. Comes back now on the point to Todd Richards. Richards off for Tomlak. Mike Tomlak. 1 second left. Vesey is back. Providence is back at full strength. Gobaderos centering pass. They score. Gobaderos waited, found McHugh, and McHugh wrapped it home, and it's 2-0 Springfield. This one comes at 15:57.
All right, just interesting to see how McHugh comes loose here. That's it right there. You can see Lavoie leaving McHugh all alone in front, and their outside cover man doesn't get back down inside. Here comes Lavoie, make the play, leaves McHugh inside, and they don't get help coming down from the point. As you can see, Young late coming down there, not picking up McHugh, and he's left alone just for a moment, but that was long enough. Govaderis found him. Mike McHugh, first playoff goal, 20th of the season.
So no power play goal. Comes at 15:57, 2-0 now in favor of Springfield. Not sure what the argument was. Ewart and Sear were lined up there, up for the face-off.
What's the time of that goal?
15:57. Sear apparently whacking Ewart. That drew the wrath of the crowd. Corey Bolio had it broken up by Peter Laviolette. Laviolette to Ewart. Here's Huscroft flipping it in. So Providence down by 2. They trail the Indians 2-0 here in game number 1. Jalafu to center. Chased by Winnis. Will dump it back into the Providence zone. Mike Bales swings it around the boards. Billy Ewart on the left wing for the Baby Bees. Pops it back out to center ice. Sears flattened by Ewart. Well, Ewart got him back. Sears charging in here against Laviolette. And play is whistled down. Tempers are flaring down on the ice. We'll take a break. Back with more playoff action after this.
Dunkin' Donuts presents designer eclairs. Divine minis in bold new combinations like this little number. Chocolate cream filling, richly trimmed in chocolate frosting. Oh, fabulous apple filling with its coat of caramel. Or the excitement of chocolate cream with milk of frosting. Daring? Yes. Shocking? Perhaps. But for mini lovers, the height of good taste.
New Dunkin' Donuts designer mini eclairs.
Divine.
Paul Sears played 10 years in the National Hockey League. Starts fishing for the puck and gets wrapped by Ewart. Boy, I tell you, the minute you get your head down and start looking for where that puck is, that's what's going to happen. And Sear gets wrapped by Ewart.
You may find the puck, but usually somebody finds you first.
7 goals, 14 assists in 41 games for Paul Sear. Played with Buffalo, New York, Hartford.
Steve Jakes. Joseph Stumple gaining the line. Stumple trying to roll it back in front. Stumple picks it up himself, and Maniluk has another big save. And Maniluk has been a very busy lad between the pipes tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, this is a pretty impressive save right here by Mr. Maniluk, because that puck just sort of hung tantalizingly in the top of the slot before Stumple came across and took a whack at it. Look at that shot. Gets a lot of leverage on it. And Maniluk right there with the stop. Pad save.
Face off to the right of Maniluk. 3:17 remains, first period.
Actually, blocker save, I think.
Stumple pumped up along the boards. Now Morrow tries to pick up the loose puck. Stumple knocked down, and out come the Indians. Yuka Sunalainen will clear it back into the Providence zone. Big care. Morrow after it, comes it wide. May have grazed the outside of the net. Big Karam, and Morrow had a great chance. Almost made it 3-0 Springfield. Rick Lane for Sweeney, too far. Chapman back for Scotty Morrow at center. Morrow handed it right to Joseph Stumple. Stumple to Murray. Murray drops it off for Rick Lane, who will wrap it in. Lumalainen back behind the goal. Good bump from Stumple. Panaleev trying to work free. Panaleev out in front of shot. Other save by Maniluk. Joe Day. Off for Daniels, back for Day, 2-on-1, back to Lane. Here comes Day, cutting in, a fine save by Bales, who deflects the puck into the crowd.
The Red Sox were washed out today, but nothing will put a damper on NESN's Red Sox coverage this week. We'll bring you a pair of games Wednesday and Thursday against the Cleveland Indians. Bob and Jerry Remy will have the call because Boston takes on the Tribe this week on NESN. Well, I tell you, this was pretty well played by Keith Lane. He's just going to deny the pass. Joe Day gets the break right here. It's Scotty Morrow on the right side. And watch Lane just hang in the middle. Let the goalie take the shooter. Let the goalie take the shooter. Deny the pass. Deny the pass over. Great play of Lane. And Bales just stones Joe Day. Morrow, loose puck right here. Comes right down the slot. Clanger off the post. Oh, me. He missed that one by much.
So Bales, who has gone 15-4 in his last 19 starts in this building, finds himself down 2-0 here with 2:22 remaining in the first period tonight. Scott Humanek flipping it in. Mark Chris. Past Panaleyev. Back down in the Springfield zone. Back after it's Scott Humanek. An icing call will bring the face-off in the Providence end. 2:08 remains first period. 2-0 Indians.
Michael Connell, the head coach of the Providence Bruins, done just an outstanding job. Name being mentioned as the coach of the year here in the American Hockey League.
Franchise, of course, was in Portland, Maine last year, and I understand Portland, Maine's getting a team next year as Baltimore is moving there.
That's right, and Ed Anderson, the general manager of this team, is one of the prime candidates for the general manager of the year in the American Hockey League. They'll have a lot of the years in the American Hockey League in this Providence Bruins franchise. They've had a great year.
Led the league in attendance by a whopping margin. Face off to the left of Bales. Mike Tomlak on the draw against C.J. Young. Again, game 2, this Calder Cup Series tomorrow night here at the Providence Civic Center with face-off 7:05. Games 3 and 4 this weekend in Springfield, Friday and Saturday nights.
Boy, this is a sloppy face-off. This is a sloppy face-off. See, what's happening here is McHugh drops off Chris, makes him a little more tougher to cover. Now they're making McHugh get back on the spot a little closer.
Providence controlling the draw, getting it into the corner. Tomlak is tied up. Sear comes in. Sear took the bump from Chris. Up with it, McHugh. McHugh. Tomlak. On him is C.J. Young back behind the goal as we pass the 18-minute mark here at the first period. 2-0 in favor of Springfield. Joltok down by Sear. Joltok will pick it up. Lost it, though, to Tomlak. McHugh flipping it in, and back after it now goes Chris. Minute and a half to play in the period. Grigory Panaleyev. Here's Panaleyev weaving his way into the zone. Joe Day broke it up. Joltok, though, picked up the loose puck. Sergei Joltok pops it in the air, back over Maniluk. Stevens tried to get it out. Got it past Laviolette, played now by Joe Day. Here's Day cutting in. Day had it knocked loose and went crashing into the net. And down out in front of the goal is Grigory Panaleyev, and he is slow getting up. Lavoie and Day, meanwhile, slid into the far crossbar.
Laviolette tried to keep the puck in at the left point and just got left in the lurch there as the entire rush came up ice. Great 2-on-1 chance for the Springfield team. Good hustle play by Providence getting back. You see right there, good back-checking effort. Defense in the middle by Lavoie denies that pass again. And once again, second time on a 2-on-1 that the Providence defense has done a good job. Once Elaine, second time here, Lavoie. Good job of denying that centering pass, denying the pass to the man without the puck in the 2-on-1. And that's been key to stopping those 2-on-1 rushes. Good back-checking effort there as well by Grigory Panaleyev. Dominic Lavoie.
2-0 lead for the Springfield Indians. Brian Chapman goes after the loose puck back in his own zone. Providence has outshot Springfield 12-7 so far here in the first period. The trail where it counts on the scoreboard.
You can tell right off the bat, we've seen Springfield play twice this year, Bob, and they're a much closer checking team tonight. Obviously, with playoff action starting, almost a different kind of game plan, playing a very, very close checking game, good back-checking efforts, good, solid defensive play in the center zone, and taking advantage, getting some 2-on-1 breaks against the Providence Bruins, but they haven't been able to score.
Tomlak now on the draw against Stumple. Tomlak controls. Chapman dumps to center. Ustroff shooting back after it. Less than a minute, as you can see, remaining here in the period. Sweeney back out to center. Glenn Murray gaining the line. Murray to Sweeney, broken up by Todd Richards. Not out, though. Ustroff keeping it in. Here's Stumple. Stumple dumped by Chapman. Chapman comes up with the loose puck and clears it back out to center ice. Peter Laviolette. Chapman lined up by Murray. Murray finds Stumple, broken up by Richards, back behind the goal. Like the cue, bumped by Laviolette. Sweeney fishing, face-off goes to the right. A Maniluk goal for Springfield.
Fans wanted a trip on that call when Stumple was just outside the hash marks, and didn't get one, but Sweeney nonetheless ended up with a good shot on goal. Sweeney, one of the secrets to his scoring success is, ever since he's been a college player, he gets himself in superb position to shoot the puck. You very seldom see him receive a pass or have the puck on his stick without him being in good position to shoot. And boy, that's so important for a goal scorer. And he is a goal scorer. He scored in every league he's ever played in. Anytime he's been given a legitimate shot to play a bunch of games, and I'm not just talking about 10 games or 15 games, but a legitimate shot to play the season, he's been a goal scorer.
Face-off will go to the right of Maniluk with 9 seconds remaining here in the period. Sumalainen. Off for Morrow. Morrow in a race there with Lavoie. Lavoie chopping it back into the crowd. And we will get the horn. And that will end the first period of play. So we'll see what producer Mike Baker has cooked up for us for our first intermission. But after one, it is 2-0 Springfield. Back with more after this.
What time is it? Time to reel off NBA action. A 4-star basketball show with a jammin' lineup. For the history buff, a stroll down memory lane. For the inquiring mind, the up-close and personal. I'm a bad dog. And for you basketball aficionados, start counting the play. Oh, here's Jordan. Oh, yeah! All in NBA action.
Get a piece of the action tomorrow night at 7 on NESN.
Caught by Turnbull. Runner tags. Here's the throw home, and he is out at the
8th inning to Thompson. And here's a line shot, left field. Looking up, this ball is gone, a home run.
The young guns of Cleveland, Baerga, Lofton, Bell, and the rest of the tribe visit Fenway Wednesday afternoon at 1, live on NESN.
If you want to follow the Bruins as they head into playoff action, as well as the rest of the NHL, turn to NESN Sports Desk, the morning edition, for the most complete and concise coverage anywhere. We'll be there for all the highlights as the Celtics continue to jockey for position in the Eastern Conference. And it's okay to be called out looking at Sports Desk as Roger Clemens tries to rocket the Sox to the top of the AL East. All that and more from 5 to 9 on NESN Sports Desk, the morning edition.
On the greenest of grass in old Fenway, where the Babe and the Kid and Yaz once played, lies more than the rise and fall of one season, but a place where dreams live, sometimes beyond reason. And as each team and star fades, a few things remain clear. The Sox are on NESN, and this could be the year.
Well, 20 minutes into the 1993 Calder Cup playoffs. A surprise so far. Springfield taking advantage here in the first period, despite being outshot 13-7. And the Indians now with a 2-0 lead over the Providence Bruins. One of the Bruins that had a scoring chance was Chris Winnis in the first period. He is downstairs with Bob Norton.
Had a nice little scoring chance. Looked like Huscroft sort of dipped one into you there, and you had a tip going right to left in front of the net. Goaltender did a nice job. He's played well the first period.
Yeah, he's come up with some big saves for him. We outshot him 13-7, you know, and our key is just to keep out shooting him, try to keep shooting from everywhere and crash the net. The pass from Jamie was just coming across. I thought I could try to just tip it, redirect it up, maybe get the goalie sliding down on the ice. I just hit him. He came up with some big saves.
What did the referee say on the Murray goal? It was clearly a goal in the sense that it was in and the puck was loose, but also clearly we picked up that the referee's whistle blew. Did he just lose sight of it?
Yeah, he was back in the corner right on the goal line where he was supposed to be, and you know, when the goalie went down, he thought the goalie had it, and he blew the whistle, and Murray put it in the net. And you know, those are tough breaks. Those things happen, you know, but it's playoff hockey. You gotta give them a benefit of the doubt.
Now, you've played the Springfield Indians 14 times. We've seen them a couple of times. We've seen a couple of games. You have a 10-4 advantage over them. Anything different that they're doing tonight that they haven't done in other games?
I think both teams are just trying to wait for the mistakes to happen and capitalize on the mistakes, you know, the power play, stuff like that. You know, we're just trying to get it in and force them down low, and they're trying to do the same thing to us. So, you know, it's just a patient game trying to wait for the opportunities to score.
Do you find, now that you're a veteran of a couple of playoff seasons, do you find in playoff hockey that the defense is tuned up a little bit, that everybody tightens up, everybody clogs up the middle a little bit better?
Yeah, you'll see that. Like at the beginning of the year, we were, it took 8 goals to win, 7 goals to win. Most of the playoff games are solid defense and try to take the opportunities when you get them, so you'll get more 3-2 games, 4-3 games, close games in the playoffs.
Chris, watching the tail end of that first period, there were a couple of times where your defense was sliding, Laviolette a couple of times specifically, and you end up giving up some 2-on-1s. Is there anything that you're supposed to be doing there with the slider? Is somebody supposed to be coming back, picking him up? What's causing the problem?
We're getting caught. Our third man is reading a little bit more than he should. We try to send our first 2 wingers in and force them, make them throw a bad pass. And you got to rely, the D's got to rely on the third guy being high and the wingers coming back. So they think that the third man's there and they slide over and take their guy they're supposed to, but that leaves openings for the other team.
That's right. And just to explain that a little further, when a defenseman slides, there's almost always supposed to be a forward in position to cover for them. So if the defenseman gets stuck inside, you have a forward and another defenseman back on defense. Is that the way you try to play it?
Yeah, that's the way we try to do it. You got to back each other up. You got to do your jobs, and all over the ice, you got to back and support your other player. So just in case an accident like that happens where the guy jumps by or a loose puck squeaks by, you're in position to grab it.
Yeah, you and your old UNH teammate, Scotty Morrow for the Springfield Indians, have anything to say out there on the ice tonight?
Not yet. I haven't been out against him, but we'll exchange a few words.
Yeah, Chris, thanks very much for being our guest between the first and second period. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Bob.
Back to you, Bob.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Bob. And again, 2-0 in favor of Springfield here at the end of the first period. We're back with a feature look at Bruins' new coach, Brian Sutter, who enjoyed an outstanding first campaign behind the bench at the Boston Garden. That and more when we continue here on NESN.
Dose of angling action every Wednesday night with a block of programs in the tradition of the American sportsman. Cast off at 5 with a full course load at Fishing University. Then head to the best fishing holes in the United States on Jim Ball's American Angler. The nation to the north is yours at 6 o'clock on Canadian sport fishing, and pulling the really big ones at 6:30 on Fishing the West. So let some of the friendliest and most knowledgeable fishermen in the world be your guides to a world of nature seldom seen in the New England states. So stop and smell the flowers Wednesday night and enjoy a fishing lineup second to none on NESN, your ticket to the great outdoors.
For years, New England baseball fans have come to Fenway Park for great baseball action. With spring just around the corner, so were the fun, thrills, and excitement of the 1993 Red Sox baseball season. Why not get together with your family, friends, and co-workers and come to friendly Fenway where there are great times for everyone. To order your tickets, phone the group sales department at 617-262-1915. For groups of over 40 people, less than 40, phone the Red Sox ticket office, 617-267-1700.
And welcome back, everyone. Calder Cup playoffs. This game 1, 2-0 in favor of Springfield at the end of the first period. Talked about the job the Providence Bruins have done this year, winning the Northern Division Championship in the American Hockey League. Mike O'Connell, his first year behind the bench. What a great job he's done. Likewise, up the road a piece at the Boston Garden. Brian Sutter leading the Bruins. And with a featured look on the head Bruin, let's check in with Amy Stone.
Brian Sutter's first season behind the Bruins bench has been anything but a breeze. But after nearly 8 months on the job, his team will enjoy a 100-point-plus season in the tough Adams division.
I laugh when people say the regular season doesn't mean anything. Well, try to explain that to every person that's walked into the building for the 40-some home games we're going to play this year. So they are very important, as you say, and whether it be in October or November or February, March. And intensity level is something that the more years you're involved, the more you learn that it's got to be important. It's got to grow in importance, and that's what we talk to the players about, staying focused, the right mental attitude, and that brings all those little things, your mental preparation, brings up your intensity and prepares the players. We as coaches know we want to build up to that first game of the playoffs.
It's often said he was born to be a Bruin, and he's proven it with enough intensity and hard work to make even the oldest Bruins fans proud. It shouldn't have been a surprise.
You can't be satisfied with what you're doing. We got a ways to go. And the playoff more is the playoffs. And what more you want to, everything has got to be built up to the level where you're on a peak once the playoffs start. And that's what I mean by more. There's something, you can't be satisfied with what you're doing right now. And the regular season is a stepping stone and a building block to where you want to be. But those building blocks have got to be a little bit higher than other people and other teams in the league if you want to be obviously in the position where you want to be able to compete at the level you have to once the playoffs start.
Sutter's success is all the more impressive considering his place as an outsider. Unlike many of his predecessors, he wasn't raised in the Boston system, but facing the pressure of this job came as no surprise to this newcomer.
Well, I've said this all along, is the whole attitude and the whole atmosphere is a better word for it, is very conducive to the way I think and to winning. That's something I tried to create and build where I came from, and people thought I was nuts. Well, intensity, pressure is something that successful people put on themselves. I expect a lot of myself, and I only want people around me that expect a lot of themselves. And I enjoy the attitude of the fans that we got here. Heck, they're telling players before they get back to the bench whether they've had a good shift or not by their applause, and you can just feel that right away. And I appreciate that as a coach. That's not something I've had before. You felt it when you were in here playing as on the other side of the coin on the other bench. So pressure, that's something you put on yourself, but you've got to put pressure on yourself to win.
Sutter, along with assistant coach Tom McVie, has his team in a groove as spring arrives. It's said the regular season is a marathon, not a sprint, and Sutter's proven his worth over the long haul.
You got to put players in positions to succeed. We're here to win, and we're fighting for a spot, and we're doing that as coaches. And it's nothing real big. It's just something aware of the situation and knowing what's going on, who's on the ice at all times, and having the right people on the ice.
With the playoffs at hand, that task is more important than ever.
Capturing an Adams Division title in his first year as head coach, and the playoffs, of course, will start Sunday night at the Boston Garden against the Buffalo Sabres. Here it is 2-0 in favor of Springfield at the end of our first period. Bob Norton returns with first period highlights when we continue on NESN.
Taste of every sport under the sun on American Adventurer tomorrow night at 6:30 on NESN. Your ticket to the widest variety of sports.
What time is it? Time to reel off NBA action. A four-star basketball show with a jamming lineup. For the history buff, a stroll down memory lane. For the inquiring mind, the up-close and personal.
I'm a mad dog.
And for you basketball aficionados, start counting the play. All in NBA action.
Get a piece of the action tomorrow night at 7 on NESN.
If it happens in the big leagues, you'll see it. The streaks, game-saving plays, and player profiles. It's baseball's best on Power Stick baseball action.
Friday night at 6:30 on NESN. Your ticket to the best in baseball. Season opener for the Pawtucket Red Sox when the Columbus Clippers travel to McCoy Stadium. Saturday night at 6, live on NESN, your ticket to the Sox of the future.
This is NESN, your New England sports network.
Well, welcome back, everyone. We just want you to know that some of the guests on both Providence and Boston Bruins hockey receive a gift certificate from Eastern Clothing of Watertown. For the best selection in Sansa-Belt slacks, choose from the wide variety of fashions and colors at Eastern Clothing, 76 Coolidge Hill Road in Watertown.
2-0 to score. Chris Govaderis is 32nd at 7-11, and Mike McHugh is 20th at 15:57. Govaderis' was a power play goal, his 14th power play goal of the season. And if you watch this play develop, you're going to see the puck come out to the point. Brian Chapman is going to get it from Todd Richards. That's Richards over to Chapman. Watch Govaderis in front with the tip. Number 14 in front of the net, tip goal. That made the score 1-0 at 7-11. Mike McHugh's made it 2-0 at 15:57. Here's a disallowed goal. Now, what I want you to do here is watch the referee in the left corner of the screen. I'll watch the puck. Watch the referee. When you see the referee's hands go up, that means he's blowing the whistle. Puck's loose. See it? Puck's loose. Puck's loose. Puck's loose. Watch it. Puck's still loose. Now we couldn't see it, but the referee's hands went up there. The referee's hands and the whistle blew. We could hear the whistle clearly blow before that puck was shot by Murray. There you see Govaderis and McHugh.
Whistle may have blown, but it doesn't make it a good call.
No, but the referee was in good position. You know, if you're in bad position and you miss it, that's another thing. But he was in good position and missed it.
So the Providence Bruins with some work to do as we get set to get underway here, second period. They trail in the hockey game 2-0. Dave Jackson again, the referee, assisted by Lyle Seitz and Tommy Owens, the linesman. We'll say one thing, Providence certainly did not argue the call. There were
I think
here and there, but
probably because the referee told the truth and said exactly the way it was. He said, I lost sight of the puck, blew the whistle, thought the goaltender had it. What are you going to say? You shouldn't have lost sight of it.
Mike O'Connell, Providence Bruins down 2-0. Second period set to get underway here at the Civic Center. This is the best of 7. Not as frantic as the playoffs we had in college hockey where you have the one-game knockout. This is a little lengthy.
Well, we had some frantic stuff out there in Milwaukee, I'll tell you. What a great game by the Maine Black Bears, beating a superbly coached and disciplined Lake Superior team in the Jim Montgomery show in the third period. Marvelous, marvelous college hockey, and they're still talking about it up there. They haven't stopped celebrating yet.
Well, they shouldn't. Congratulations to Sean Walsh and the University of Maine and Hockey East on the national championship.
The whole state totally wrapped up in the success of the Black Bears. And they've got a Maine player out here tonight. Mike McHugh, playing for the Springfield Indians, has a goal for the Indians.
Todd Richards scooting back for Springfield as we get underway here, period 2. Richards right up to shoot, back out to center ice. Picked up by Joe Day. Day has Daniels with him at the Providence line. This is Rick Elaine, Grigory Panaleyev. Rick Elaine again back behind the goal. Elaine now watched by Daniels, pops it out to center, broken up there by Chalafu and sent back in.
Springfield setting up a one-man forecheck when Providence gets it early, and it's giving him some trouble. Now Morrow's a one-man in front of the net. Now see, they're trying a long pass to break that forechecking pressure out. That's a nice job.
Beasy from center, armed away by Maniluk, who went 13 for 13 shots and saves in the first period. Here's Panaleyev. Working free on the backhand. Panaleyev now turns to the forehand, fires, didn't get much on it, as it was broken up there by Bolio. Meanwhile, Vesey was taken down. I think we're going to get a Springfield penalty.
On Todd Richards, right in front of the net. I think it's going to be tripping on Vesey.
1 minute into the second period.
Vesey comes to the front of the net, and Todd Richards, 16, puts a stick to him, and down he goes. Grigory Panaleyev can really handle a puck. Works around, right in the circle. Fires one, deflected in front. There's a trip right there by Richards. Gets the stick between the legs of Vesey. One-man forecheck. Creates some pressure right here. What do you do with the puck? When you release the wing on that side, get him out of there, get him rolling, take the pressure off, and try to make a pass. Get it out to center zone as they do there with Panaleyev.
Power play number 3 for Providence. McKim, Winnis, and Sweeney across the front. Lavoie manning the points along with Mark Chris.
Springfield's shorthand has been excellent in the 2 power plays that Providence has had.
Now they're saying Lavoie brought the puck back outside the blue line. Lavoie is questioning that.
Well, fans disagree as well, but once again, was the linesman in excellent position or in the appropriate position to call the play, and he sure was.
So the face-off will move back to the neutral zone.
Now, that's his only job. And, you know, one of the things, if he's in good position, I always figure he sees it better than I do. because that's his only job. Everybody else is looking at the game or something else. That's all he's looking at.
Tomlak, Sumalainen, McHugh, and Chapman to kill things off for Coach Leach. Here's Chapman back behind the goal. Chris pinching in. Broken up by Chapman. Knocked down by McKim. And out comes McHugh. McHugh scoots down the right side. Moves across the line. Saved that time by Bales. Bales came out, cut the angle down, played it perfectly.
Well, McKim got himself in trouble on the left point there, Bob, giving up a 2-on-1. Looked like he was just sort of paralyzed there for a moment, not knowing where the puck was.
McKim behind Winnis. Off for Billy Ewert, a shot saved by Maniluk. Boy, Ewert came from out of nowhere, exploded. Got a good shot on Maniluk, who had good position and made the save.
Ewert's got a bit of a hostile personality. He gets involved right in front of the net with number 22, Brian Chapman. Stewart picks up the puck just inside the face-off circle. He's got a chance to roll to the front of the net. As you see right there, Jukka Sumalainen can't do anything with him. Keep him away from there. Snaps one off, and good stop right there by goaltender Maniluk, who's made a bunch of them. This is McHugh down the right side. Bales out top of the goal crease. Can't find the puck. Goes off to his left behind the goal line, but that was a 2-on-1 opportunity that Maine had. Good hustle by Providence to catch.
LeBlanc shot was deflected. Corey Bolio moving it ahead. Sear didn't get it out. LeBlanc shot on goal. Hit out in front by Murray. And a nice save by Maniluk. Not sure if that was a reaction save by Maniluk or it just hit him. In any event, it stayed out. Keeping it in now, Dominic LeBlanc with a shot. Another save by Maniluk. Bolio will pop it in the air and send it down the ice. Bales handing off now for Peter Laviolette. Here comes Laviolette for Providence. Right wing pass for Murray. Murray to Joltok. Joltok back behind the net. Off for Laviolette. Laviolette, LeBlanc. LeBlanc shot. Another save by Maniluk. 3 good chances at least for Providence on this power play. Finally, Tomlak, but it's not out. Joltok a shot. That was tipped wide. Still 16 seconds to go in the power play. Stevens has seen about enough of this, and LeBlanc will have to go back inside his own line. Joltok with 5 seconds to go in the power play as we approach the 3-minute mark here of the second period. 2-0 Springfield. The Indians are back at full strength. Grigory Panaleev scoots across the line. Panaleev goes right in, knocked away at the last minute that time by Humanik. Daniel getting it back out to center, taken away by Vesey, and right back into the Indian zone. Shots on goal are 18-8 in the hockey game for Providence, including 5-1 here in the second period. Jalafu knocked down by Huscroft. Joltok is back. That'll be wide of goaltender Maniluk, and back to touch it is Chapman. Icing is the call. 16-18 remains second period. 2-0 Springfield.
Caught by Turnbull. Runner tags. Here's the throw home, and he is out at
the 8th inning to Thompson. And there's a line shot, left field. Looking up, this ball is gone, a home run.
The young guns of Cleveland, Baerga, Lofton, Bell, and the rest of the tribe visit Fenway Wednesday afternoon at 1, live on NESN.
Jamie Huscroft.
Yeah, only 2 goals on the season, but he plays superb defensively. Jamie Huscroft, one of the stalwarts on defense for this Providence team. Just look at him play the body. Look at him play the body. Just plays it right off. Excellent inside-out position, and then a little rub on Denis Chalafu. Little late polish as he had him down the ice.
I like that late polish.
He took the inside away. Just took the inside away, then just eyeballed him off the play.
Laviolette back behind Bales. Back out the other side. Here come the Providence Bruins. Corey Bolio in pursuit of the puck now in his own zone as we approach the 4-minute mark here of the second period. Springfield 2, Providence no score. Game 1, Calder Cup playoffs. Petrovitsky. Koropochenko got tied up over there by Laviolette. Sear bump. Comes loose to Todd Richards in front. He puts it over the top of the goal. Richards with a great scoring chance missed the net. Toropochenko. Nice save. Toropochenko got a shot on goal from an impossible angle. Petrovitsky off for Toropochenko. Sear was taken down. Petrovitsky works back in front. Hit the goal post. They score. Toropochenko picks up the rebound, and Springfield leads it by a score of 3-0. Boy, they had about 3 or 4 great scoring opportunities, and finally Toropochenko gets it in.
Well, it was an excellent shift by the entire line. Sear, Toropochenko, and Petrovitsky. That's Petrovitsky right there. Klanger off the left post. But there's Toropochenko on the other side unattended. He just has an open net to put it in. Bales can't find the puck. Watch it right here. Petrovitsky. That's Sear down on the ice. Petrovitsky gets loose. Klanger off the post. There's Petrovchenko. No chance at all. Right from the word go, the Providence Bruins defensively were in trouble in defensive end. Petrovitsky pulled away from Huscroft there on that original shot, and the rebound came over. Toropochenko put it in. But it just was downhill from the beginning of that series as they had a lot of difficulty handling Sear, Toropochenko, and Petrovitsky. Huscroft goes off, I think, for a late cross-check in that series.
The time of his penalty, obviously the same as the goal, 4:31. Huscroft goes for Providence. And so things are piling up against the Providence Bruins. Down 3-0 in the hockey game. Now down, oh, they won't be down a man because it looks like, who will that be? That'll be Corey Bolio going for Springfield. So Bolio will balance things off. So Bolio and Huscroft both go at 4:31. Well, we'll play 4 skaters aside for the next couple of minutes, assuming no further penalties, which may be assuming some in this game.
Jay Leach on the left in the gray suit, and there's a great National Hockey League player in the blue jacket. That's Tim Kerr, the assistant coach of the Springfield team. Had an outstanding career for the Philadelphia Flyers. Put the puck in the net, boy.
Go 4-on-4 hockey. Panaleyev making a dive. Officials not calling it, and the crowd starting to get on Dave Jackson. That was a dive by Panaleyev. And the officials are getting very good at not calling those. Much to the dismay of the crowd as we'll get a face-off in the Springfield zone.
Hey, here's a sure sign of spring. The 1993 Stanley Cup playoffs begin Sunday, and Nesson has your ticket to the action. Bruins are going to host the Buffalo Sabres in Game 1 of the Adams Division semifinals. The Bruins are one of hockey's hottest teams, and they'll look to continue that Sunday. It's the Adams Division semis, Boston against Buffalo, Sunday night at 7, right after Bruins Digest.
I want to judge this dive. The best I ever saw at this was Dino Ciccarelli of the Detroit Red Wings. He could take a dive like nobody I've ever seen.
Well, that's 6 steps and down he went. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. There was a little, you know, sort of emphasis with the steps, trying to get the referee's attention.
Ciccarelli had a bit where he could grab onto the guy's stick and throw his legs up in the air. I mean, it looks spectacular.
Pretty talented player.
Chapman. Then he go out and score the power play goal. He's having a great season. The Detroit Red Wings are as well. It'll be the Bruins and the Wings a little bit later on in the playoffs. Bruins will start against the Buffalo Sabres Sunday night at the Garden. Mike McHugh going in after it. McHugh bumped out there by Chris. Hard hit that time by Lavoie coming in. Here's a chance for Chapman. He missed the net. Chapman set up perfectly, and Chapman missed an open net.
Took a little time to get the puck on the stick, and by that time he didn't have quite the shot he had earlier.
Boy, things are not going Providence's way. They're trailing 3-0. Springfield dominating play. Toropochenko.
When they don't dominate play, they've had a superb goaltending performance by George Manilow.
Yeah, he kept him in the hockey game. They got a couple of goals. Kept him in here in the second period as Providence started fast here in the second, but suddenly Springfield looks like they're taking over. Joltok trying to get out of his own zone. Mark Chris back out to center. Here comes Tim Sweeney. Bruins need a goal. Manilow knocks it away. Chris chased by Richardson. We've passed the 6-minute mark of the second period. Lavoie, Chalifou. Lavoie will get there first. This is Andrew McKim. Broken up by Stevens at center. Stevens will play it back in as the Bruins continue to have a tough time getting going now. Lavoie. Everybody's back. Both teams at full strength. Means Huscroft and Bolio have returned. That'll be an icing call against Providence. And a face-off back in the Bruins zone with 13:22 to go here in the second period. They were behind, the Bruins were, but they were carrying play. Now they're behind and they're not.
No, Springfield is really putting it to them over the last 4 or 5 minutes, playing excellent hockey. Right from the very first whistle, though, we commented that this looked like a different Springfield team than we had seen earlier in the season. They've tightened up all the zones of the ice, the defensive zone and the center zone particularly, just not giving Providence the room to maneuver that they like to have as an outstanding offensive team. So, you know, you talk about playoff hockey. What playoff hockey means is everybody plays a little bit more defensive intensity, covers their men a little bit closer, hustles back a little bit more in the back check, and sort of clogs up things.
Laviolette talking with linesman Tom Owen. I'm not sure what case he's pleading, but he won't win. Face-off will go to the right of Bales. 13:22 again remains second period. Bruins are down by 3. Start of the Calder Cup playoff, game 2 here at the Civic Center tomorrow. Series will swing to Springfield for Friday and Saturday nights in games 3 and 4. Loose in front, saved by Bales. Puck is underneath. Day digging at it. They still haven't found it. Still no whistle. And finally knocks him in front of the net by Bales.
Well, if they come back to win this hockey game, they may look at that save by Bales on Day right in front as the key.
Here's Murray cutting in, knocked away by Stevens. One more goal will be extremely difficult. Already an uphill climb. Jakes a shot, saved by Maniluk. Maniluk had to find that in a maze of players. And we'll take a break with 12:50 remaining here, second period.
The New England Broadcasting Association presents Cable Day 93, a unique look at cable television from the inside out, featuring guest speaker Linda Ellerby, best-selling author, Emmy Award-winning journalist, and writer, producer, and host of Nickelodeon's new kids magazine show, Nick News W5. Cable Day will also examine trends in cable advertising and the impact of new cable regulation. Cable Day 93, April 15th at the 57 in Boston. It's the only way to stay tuned.
Joe Day out of St. Lawrence behind the goal line. A little backhand shot, and I'll tell you, big save by Bales there. You like that one, John?
I like to see that. He hasn't got much help earlier, but that was a big save there.
With the score 3-0, Day gets that one. Providence is in some trouble.
Yeah, definitely. That's tough to come back in a game like this.
John Blue, our guest goaltender of the Boston Bruins. He, of course, played here earlier this season with the Providence Bruins. Now we're going to get a penalty.
And this was a dive, too. I'll tell you, you talk about the dive earlier by Pantaleyev. Scotty Morrow gets an Academy Award for this one. This is a move to the inside, and he does like a swan.
Rick Elaine will go. 7 minutes and 22 seconds, the time of the penalty. What was it, Mary Ellis? Hooking?
Well, let's see. Let's see.
Tripping.
I'll tell you, we're way up in the air like that. I'm not sure that's a trip.
No, if you leave your feet like that, you got to expect to go down if someone even touches you.
You know, if you skate through the stick, and the stick prevents you from going ahead and you trip over it, that's a trip. If you go up in the air 2 feet and you happen to not come down on your skates, that's not a trip.
That's what I was telling you. The higher in the air you can go, the better it looks.
Oh, yeah, that looked great. But that's a marginal call, I think.
And Coach O'Connell not caring for it. Face-off will go to the left of Bales.
Well, Scotty Morrow liked it.
Power play number 4 for Springfield. They have a power play goal already in the hockey game. Tomlak. Watched by McKim out at the top of the box. McHugh getting it back now for Chapman. Over to McHugh. Bumped there by Laviolette. Now McKim knocks it free. Chapman, though, will keep it in. Finally poked free by the Bruins, and Andrew McKim gets it back out to center and sends it down the ice. An important one for Providence to kill off as Chapman weaves his way, tried to weave his way out of his own zone, bothered by Sweeney. This is Todd Richards going back behind the goal. Minute 22 left in the penalty time to Elaine. As Todd Richards moves it too far for Govaderos, and that'll be tied up by Mark Chris and sent right back in. Maniluk stopping behind the net. Chapman coming out with a pass to Todd Richards. Back for Chapman. He will carry out to center. Bales leads for Huscroft. Richards keeping it alive. Huscroft with some work there along the boards on Chalafu. Chalafu, though, will come off with the puck. Tomlak dropping it back. Here's Todd Richards spinning to keep it inside the line. Todd Richards in the slot. Richards takes the shot. That was knocked to the corner. Jalifu comes up. Back down for Chapman. Hit by Tomlak wide. Tomlak being bumped back behind the net by Chris. Now Huscroft is back there. Back in front, broken up by Murray. Murray will tip it back out to center, and Chapman will hand it back off. Toropchenko. Stepping in front of him is Huscroft. Jamie Huscroft gaining the line. Huscroft will clear it in deep. 10 seconds left in the penalty time to Elaine. Petrovitsky. Climbed the glass, will wind up in the crowd. Just 2 seconds left in the penalty time to Elaine. 10:40 remains here, second period, and it's re-zipped in favor of Springfield.
Tom Blue, Boston Bruins building some momentum heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, we've just been playing such super hockey. The guys are just playing very disciplined, and they're just shutting them down defensively, and offensively, we know we can do it. We've just got to play in our own end, and we've been doing that. We went into Montreal the other night and just played a great hockey game. It was fun to watch.
You know, a lot of controversy, Coach Sutter, earlier in the season. Too tough on the players, too disciplined, too much of a disciplinarian. Nothing like momentum building at the end of the year and a few wins to put all those thoughts to rest.
Oh, perfect timing. Now, we went through some rough times in the middle of the season, and we've just built up to right now, and it's a great time to be to peaking.
What a great season it's been for you. You still pinching yourself?
Yes, every morning.
Started the year, things didn't look too good. You didn't even know if you were going to be able to make the Providence Hockey Club. You not only make this one, bang, you're in the big league.
The last time we saw him in the AHL was in that bleak performance up in Binghamton.
We'll forget about that one.
Where he had a temper tantrum in the second period, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a rough one.
I said, I've never seen Tom Blue act like that.
Just let Tom Blue give up 11 goals either.
Yeah.
Here's a chance now, cutting across the line, cutting in, taking the shot, having it knocked away with Scotty Morrill.
See, that's too slow. In that position, you've got to shoot that puck a little bit quicker.
Here come the Bruins with a chance. Joltok breaking out. Joltok across the line for Jake. Back with Joltok. Trying to drop it back again, but put it right in the skates of Humanik.
Pretty good defense, though, by Springfield coming back. You notice that back pass, Bob. Everybody was covered. Not anybody to throw the puck to.
Here come the Bruins again. Lavoie out at center. Analeyev overskated it. Robert Petrovicki getting it back out to center. Jakes for Lavoie. 9.5 minutes to go here, second period. Still 3-0. Here's a chance. Stoppel had the loose puck bounce on him at the last second. Petrovicki ahead for Sear. Sear back to center. Dribbled across the line. Daniels picking it up, and then Daniels will play it back behind the net.
That kind of shot the Stoppel get, that could cause a lot of trouble. The one you missed on, sort of a change-up, huh?
It kind of throws you off a little bit. You get off balance. Yes.
Petrovicki out in front. Toropchenko stopped by Bales. Toropchenko making a bid for his second goal of the night. Here's Sweeney. Off the stick of Murray. Robert Petrovicki. Petrovicki having difficulty with Stumple there right out in front of it, and then Laviolette brings it back in offside, and he doesn't care for the call.
I'll tell you, the Springfield people think that Toropchenko is a heck of a prospect, and the major thing he needs to do is to recognize all of his talent and to develop a work ethic that's appropriate to his talent. He's big and he's strong. He can do a lot of things on the ice. He just doesn't put it all together with a high level of intensity all the time, but pretty intense right there as he smells goal. A couple of raps at it, and Mike Bales holds this thing at 3-0. 8:45 remaining in the second period. You see this guy as big as Toropchenko handle a puck, and you could wonder how good he could be.
Face-off will come outside the Springfield line. 8:45 remains here, second period. 3-0 Springfield. Game 1, best of 7. Calder Cup playoff series. C.J. Young. Broken up in front by McHugh. Dumped back down the ice, and Rick Elaine will scoot back after it. Providence needs a goal in a big way. And get something started offensively. Providence has averaged 5.5 goals per game here at home, winning 30 times in this building, losing just 9 and tying 1. Here they are being shut out by the Indians. Scoring goals for Providence this year has not been a problem, but it has been tonight. Govideris off for McHugh, knocked away by Bales. Right up on the doorstep there was Mike Tomlak. We passed the 12-minute mark here of the second period. It is still 3-0 Springfield. Rick Elaine back out to center. Moving it ahead for Andrew McKim, a little bit too far. Bolio is back. Bolio handed it to Eward, rolled it back in front of McHugh, handing it right back to the netminder, and holding on is Maniluk, who will get a face-off, and will also get a little activity here to the right of the goal. Get a little pushing and shoving, Vesey and Bolio doing a dance. And while we break things up, we'll take a break. 7:38 to go, second period. 3-0 Springfield.
If you think you've seen MASH, take another look.
Oh, you're just loving this, aren't you?
Thank you. The entire series returns newly remastered from the original negatives.
That's entertaining.
All your favorite moments are now clearer, sharper, and funnier than ever.
You gotta let me go, sir. I just have to get married.
You're not pregnant, are you? All in for the series that never grows old. MASH. Weeknights at 6 on TV 38.
John Blue, tell us a little bit about George Maniluk. Only played 7 games with the Springfield team, but looks very strong.
Yeah, George is a very good goaltender. He played for New Haven actually in the AHL last year and had a very strong year. I was surprised that no one picked him up and signed him this year, and he's been a key tonight. I thought he's played very well.
Almost as if Springfield thought they needed some goaltending help, set out for it, and got it in the person of Maniluk.
Well, he's a veteran, and that's key in playoff time.
Another save right off the faceoff. Well, John, I want to thank you for joining us. Good luck for you and the Boston Bruins as you that quest of the Stanley Cup.
So, thank you very much.
Good luck to you, Josh.
John Blue, former goaltender of the Providence Bruins, now up there with Andy Moog, backstopping the Bees. 100-point season for Brian Sutter and company.
Not too many Californians have their names on the Stanley Cup either.
That's right. I don't think
very few. McNabb.
Here's Vesey cutting in. Joltok with a shot. Oh, that was a bomb. And again, Maniluk made the save.
Yeah, and this is not an accidental save either as we watch his pushing and shoving around the net. He makes a great move to get himself in position to stop this Joltok shot. Well, he's been the story tonight. It's a 3-0 game, 7:03 remaining. But when Providence has been able to get some momentum and had a surge, it's been Maniluk that's made the save. Now, Vesey's going to make a great pass to Joltok. It's going to come right back diagonal, and you can see that shot. But see how the goaltender, Maniluk, started to move as the pass went over. So he was very alert. Right now, he's starting to move, starting to push off that left leg. So when Joltok takes a shot, Maniluk's right there, can't find the puck, but he's got it.
So he continues to be the star of the hockey game with 7:03 remaining, second period. Junior hockey, those goals per game get a little inflated down there. They do score a lot.
Well, sometimes the defense in the junior hockey is non-existent, not just junior hockey, but all levels of hockey. Sometimes you play there and your goaltending stats, when you're playing in a team that doesn't play much defense, are dismal. But people who watch the game know how well you played because they look at things other than how many goals you give up. They look at how well you play and, more important, how well you compete.
12-5 shots on goal here in the second period in favor of Providence, but the only goal of the second period belongs to Springfield. Another save by Maniluk, who knocked that one from Jamie Huscroft away. So he has been busy, 26 saves so far in the hockey game.
To me, the two most important things when I watched goaltenders was, number one, technique and fundamentals, but number two, and almost equally important, how well a player competed.
Here's Grigori Panaleev. That should have been a penalty. Dumalainen back behind the goal. Bump there. Laura Pachenko. Back out to center ice. Joltok. Joltok will send it back in. Maniluk leads, and Chapman now for the Springfield Indians. Put it in the skates to Tora Pachenko. Behind Stumple. Stumple got it across the line. Wrapped back out to center. Here's Paul Sear. Sear shoved out of the way by Huscroft. Lost his stick. Tim Sweeney. Too far for Stumple. Broken up by Todd Richards. Mark Chris reloading at center. We've passed the 14-minute mark. Here the second period. 3-0 Springfield. Richards was bumped. Sweeney overskated the puck. Chris will keep it in, though, from the point. Puts a shot on goal. Maniluk makes the save and holds on. We'll get a face-off coming up to his right with 5:37 remaining here, second period. Now we've got Petrovitsky arguing. He got a glove in the face.
Boston Bruins fans, don't forget, now's the time to buy your 1993 Stanley Cup playoff tickets. There'll be a 4-strip per customer limit on these tickets, and they can be picked up at either the Boston Garden Ticket Office, Ticket Pro, or by calling 617-931-3100 or 1-800-828-7080. And don't forget, there's a 4-strip per customer limit on the tickets. Murray was in front of the net, just trying to set up a big screen in front of Manilock as that puck was out at the point. Elaine has the puck, and you're going to see number 19, Murray, setting up the screen in front. He's looking for a tip or just clutter up the front, try to work a screen. Shot finally comes a little too far off the angle, and that's when a little altercation began. Petrovitsky and Murray both go off. We're going to skate 4-on-4 for a while. 2 minutes. Was that roughing?
Roughing and high sticking, I believe. Face-off will go to the right of Manilock. 14:23. You can see the time of the penalties. So a little 4-on-4 hockey. Out they come with McHugh. Shooting here against Chris. Trying to spin away from Chris. Chris, though, reached around him, knocked the puck loose. McHugh picked it up again. There for the asking, and Stumple comes up with it for Providence. Joseph Stumple, along with Tim Sweeney, across the line. Finds Jakes, he scores! Steve Jakes took the pass from Stumple, moves in and beat Manilock. 14:54, the time of the goal, and it's 3-1.
I'll tell you, Stumple went to this puck like a bee to honey. Watch him work for some time. Springfield Indians defense converges on Stumple, leaves Jakes wide open, and Stumple finds him. Now watch, you see the defense converge on Stumple. That leaves Jakes wide open. He just fires it inside the far post. Nothing the goaltender Manilock could do about that one. That was just a very creative play by the Stumple as he drew the entire defense to him as he came to the high slot and fed it off to Steve Jakes. For Steve Jakes, not a goal scorer. That's goal number 4 on the season.
So Jakes gets the goal. And the Bruins are on the board, trailing now 3-1. 14:54, Jakes from Stumple. And this should really light a fire under Providence, which has the edge on the shot clock again. 28-15 now. On the 28th shot of the night, the Providence Bruins finally beat George Manilock. Here's C.J. Young. Young cutting in against Todd Richards. Richards knocking it away. Richards off for Brian Chapman. Chapman head-matting it out to center. Denise Chalifou. He'll scoot across the line. Denise Chalifou drops it back, but Andrew McKim is there. Here's McKim the other way for Providence. He can scoot. Goes across the line. Here's McKim. Drops it to an open corner, and Chapman will play it now for Springfield. Ustroff back behind the goal. 4:20 remains here, second period. Peter Laviolette. C.J. Young losing it to Joe Day. Jay and Paul Sear. Back is Jakes. Here's Joe Day moving in. Joe Day. The net goes off the mooring. And finally we get a whistle. Never did go behind the red line anyway, but the net came off the magnets.
Well, I don't know how he missed the goal. I can't believe he didn't put the puck in the net. The defenseman moved the goal cage off. I don't know how this one doesn't go in. It was a wide open net.
We'll unravel the mystery right here.
C.J. Young gets a little cute up by the blue line. That's awfully high to be trying to curl move. Joe Day and Paul Sear. This is Joe Day. Now the puck is going to go to the center. The goal is going to go off.
Delay a game.
Looks like it was off Jakes' skate. Let's watch.
There's the whole net to shoot at. Went off his skate.
Went off his skate.
He
I
made
couldn't believe he missed that. Jakes stops the puck with his skate.
And gets a delay a game.
Well, that's a good call. Nothing wrong with that one. Delay a game call. You knock the cage off. Smart play. But a smarter play by Jakes to get his foot up.
4-on-3 power play for the next 26 seconds. Then each team will get a man back. 5th power play of the night for Springfield. Manilock leaving now for Todd Richards. We passed the 16-minute mark, second period. Interesting hockey game tonight at the Civic Center. Game 1, Calder Cup playoffs. 1-0 or 3-1 lead here in game 1. This game will lead to 1-0. Chapman can't keep it in, and Richards goes back after it at center. Each team gets a man back now. So it's a typical 5-on-4 power play. And a chance for Sweeney. Making a short-handed bid. Sweeney cutting in a shot. Save Manilock. Up with it's Todd Richards. 1:20 left in the delay of game call against Jakes. Richards from center ice. Mark Chris using the boards. Not out, though. Richards, nice job to keep it in. Now the Bruins will get it out. Murray hooking it out to center. Picked up by Chris Winnis. Winnis down the right wing. A shot armed away by Manilock. Chris the rebound. That was tipped wide by Winnis. Boy, the Bruins' danger is short-handed. But Petrovitsky back the other way. Robert Petrovitsky had it stuffed. Husbrough. And all the way back down in the Springfield zone. Jakes is back in 39 seconds. 2:40 remains here, second period. 3-1 Indians. Stevens head-manning it to McHugh. McHugh out at center. Weird Karam and Laviolette will clear the zone. 20 seconds to go in the power play. John Stevens back behind the goal. Off now for Scott Humanek. Humanek will gain the line. And Stevens will have to reload at center. Stevens for Humanek. Humanek will dump it across the line. Broken up right at the line. Played by C.J. Young. Ahead now for Andrew McKim. A shot. Manilock looks behind him, but scoops it up. Holds on. Face-off in the Springfield zone. Providence back at full strength. 1:56 remains here, second period.
Dunkin' Donuts presents designer eclairs. Divine minis in bold new combinations, like this little number. Chocolate cream filling, richly trimmed in chocolate frosting. Oh, fabulous apple filling with its coat of caramel. Oh, the excitement of chocolate cream with milk frosting. Daring? Yes. Shocking? Perhaps. But for mini lovers, the height of good taste.
New Dunkin' Donuts designer mini eclairs.
Divine.
Well, this is a great chance for Providence. Chris Winnis snaps one off from the right side. Manilock makes a save, but when Chris gets the rebound, knocks it toward the net. There's Winnis in front just trying to redirect that puck toward the goal mouth. Had a wide open side. McKim by the dot. Snaps one off, down with the glove. Excellent position, Manilock there. You see how he's out at the top of the crease and has the glove down low.
Glove down low, pad down low. McKim on the rebound, puts it wide. Shot from Steve Jakes again from the point. Providence is pressing. They have a 33-15 shot advantage. They have outshot Springfield here in the second period, 20-8. There was a brief period of time, about a 5-minute flurry where Springfield dominated the game. Other than that, Providence has controlled play all night long. Springfield has the lead, 3-1. Now a minute and 25 seconds remaining here in period number 2. Manilock. Analeyev. Wrapped out by Jakes to center. Stopped by Richards. Sent back in. Bales back behind the goal. Leaving it there for Mark Chris. Chris for Providence. Watched by Tomlak. Dumped it back out to center. Bolio knocks it back in. And Jakes will scoot back after it. Less than a minute now to play here, second period. Providence down by 2. Bolio breaking it up at center. And McHugh is way offside. Face off back outside the blue line. 43 seconds remains here, second period. And again, Providence dominating every place except where it counts.
And that's thanks to George Manilock. Been beaten one time, and that's the last goal of the game thus far. Steve Jakes is fourth from Joseph Stumple.
Now, he's been beaten twice. But the one by Murray
right.
didn't count.
Didn't count, that's right. We got that one.
There's your score. 43 seconds remaining here, second period. Tim Sweeney will be Bob's guest during the upcoming second intermission. Peter Laviolette. Laviolette now back out to center ice. Here's Laviolette. Almost ran into Murray. Chapman back behind the goal. Todd Richards. Mike Tomlak. And Laviolette will go back and play it. Laviolette to Murray. Time for one more rush. But Chapman will flip it back in. Backhander by Bales. And the Bruins will be content to let the clock run out. Puck in their own zone. And that will be the end of period number 2. So 40 minutes of the 1993 Calder Cup playoffs in the books. Mike Bales and Providence head to the locker room after 2, down 3-1.
Into the windup and the pitch. Hit to center field. Still going back. Away back. It's gone. Home run.
College baseball 1993. It's a brutal battle for the NCAA's #1 ranking. From coast to coast and conference to conference, don't miss the nation's top teams. It's the excitement of America's favorite game, played by tomorrow's major leaguers.
Miami hosts Florida International tomorrow night at 7:30, live on NESN.
You can have the style. You can have the guts. You can make all the right moves. But never underestimate your opponent. Or it's lights out. Prime Championship Boxing. Marvelous Marvin Hagler's little brother Robbie Sims takes on Bill Fireball Bradley in a 10-round middleweight bout as Prime Championship Boxing takes you to Boston.
Friday night at 10, live on NESN. Your ticket to the best in boxing.
On the greenest of grass in old Fenway, where the Babe and the Kid and Yaz once played, lies more than the rise and fall of one season, but a place where dreams live, sometimes beyond reason. And as each team and star fades, the future is clear. The Sox are on NESN, and this could be the year.
If you want to follow the Bruins as they head into playoff action, as well as the rest of the NHL, turn to NESN Sports Desk, the morning edition, for the most complete and concise coverage anywhere. We'll be there for all the highlights as the Celtics continue to jockey for position in the Eastern Conference. And it's okay to be called out looking at Sports Desk as Roger Clemens tries to rocket the Sox to the top of the AL East. All that and more from 5 to 9 on NESN Sports Desk, the morning edition.
Well, as mentioned, we've gone through 2 periods here. Our first game, best of 7, Calder Cup playoffs. Springfield Indians on top of the Providence Bruins by a score of 3-1. Again, Providence dominating play there in the second period. Providence with 20 shots on goal, just 8 shots for Springfield. But Springfield scoring a goal that period as well as Providence, so a 3-1 lead still, or a 2-goal lead for Springfield. At the end of 2 periods of play, Providence will have their hands full in the third period. Tim Sweeney standing by downstairs, and he is Bob Norton's guest.
Thank you very much, Bob. 96-point scorer this year, 41 goals and 55 assists. Tim, you've had a great year.
Well, it's gone pretty well for me. I got to play with some great players down here. Joseph Stumple has really got me the puck all year long, and just been a good thing going down here all year long, and I hope we can continue this into the third period.
Surprised a little bit by the play of the Springfield Indians. You've played them 14 times this season, beat them 10. They seem to be playing very well over the course of the night tonight.
Yeah, well, I think every game we've played them this year has been the same way. It's been a close, tight-checking game, and they don't really give you too many scoring opportunities off the rush. You have to work for everything you get. So right now, I think we're carrying the play. It's just that we have to put our scoring chances away like they did.
Story for them has been George Maniluk. Now, he didn't play very many games with them. Only played 7 this season. Played behind Lenarduzzi and DeLessio. What do you know about him?
Well, I don't know too much. I don't know. I don't think we've seen him at all this year. So we're just going to have to get some bodies in front of him. See, it looks like he's seeing the puck pretty well tonight, so we're going to have to get someone in front of him. Yeah,
one of the other things that he's doing is he's controlling the rebounds pretty well. There's not a lot of loose pucks out there in front of the net to shoot at.
No, there really hasn't. That's what I mean by we have to get a couple guys in front of him so he can't see the puck. He's pretty much clearing everything out of the way, so we're really going to have to bang the net just like they were this first period. They were really banging the net, and that's how they got their goals.
Yeah, Michael Connell's done a great job with this team down here this year. First place in the Northern Division. You've played for a lot of coaches over the years of playing hockey. What have been Mike's strengths in terms of coaching this Providence Bruins team?
Well, I think that he has really let the guys play. I think a lot of coaches tend to get on people a lot, and I think players tend to get down on themselves very easy. And I think Mike's been the kind of guy who picks you up when you're playing well, but if you're playing lackadaisical, he'll tell you, but he won't harp upon it. He'll let you go out and play. So I think that's one of his biggest qualities. He's been a player, and he knows how the players react to certain things.
Most good players know when they've had a bad game. They don't have to be harped at. I mean, you do that yourself. That's what internal drive is, isn't it?
Yeah, at this level, if you don't know you're having a bad game, I think you're in trouble. That's what I mean by if you keep doing it consistently, he's going to let you know about it. But if you just have a bad game, I don't think he's going to let you know about it.
Had some opportunities to play up in Boston. I think you chipped in for a point the other night. That has to be a highlight of the year for you.
I think this last call-up has been really a highlight. I think they gave me a chance to play this time, and I really got a lot of ice time in the games that I played, and I contributed. So I think it was the best time of my short Bruin career anyways, to get called up like that. And hopefully I can just play well here and maybe get another call.
Do you know whether you're going to be going back up again? What do they tell you? Obviously, this is important for the Providence Bruins, the Calder Cup playoffs, and you're instrumental in their success. Do they tell you how often you're going to be called up or when they're going to need you?
No, they don't tell you at all. They just expect you to come down and work hard, and I think in the back of their minds they know that I can come up and contribute. So hopefully, I don't know, we can go a long way here, and hopefully they won't need me for a while, but hopefully we can go a long way here, and we'll take it from there.
Well, we want to thank you very much, Tim. You've had a great year, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
Tim Sweeney's been our guest. Back to you, Bob.
Okay, a 3-1 lead for Springfield at the end of 2 periods of play. We'll be back with a feature look at Adam Oates, but we continue here on Nesson.
Season opener for the Pawtucket Red Sox when the Columbus Clippers travel to McCoy Stadium Saturday night at 6, live on Nesson, your ticket to the Sox of the future.
For years, New England baseball fans have come to Fenway Park for great baseball action. With spring just around the corner, so are the fun, thrills, and excitement of the 1993 Red Sox baseball season. Why not get together with your family, friends, and co-workers and come to friendly Fenway where there are great times for everyone. To order your tickets, phone the group sales department at 617-262-1915. For groups of over 40 people, less than 40, phone the Red Sox ticket office, 617-267-1700.
Well, still 20 minutes, though, to play in regulation. 3-1 in favor of Springfield at the end of 2 periods of play. We saw Tim Sweeney. As Bob mentioned, he was Providence's leading goal scorer this year. He's had a great season. Other guy who's had a great season, Adam Oates of the Boston Bruins. He leads the Bees in scoring. And Amy Stone has a feature look.
Well, personally, it's obviously been a great year. At the beginning of the year, I don't think I could have ever imagined having this much success. And, I think there's been a lot of factors contributing to it. And, first and foremost is Brian, obviously, has showed the utmost confidence in me and played me in every situation, in every key situation. And in the NHL right now, to get points, you have to play in the power play, and I play every power play.
Juno in. Bartolo walks in. Wesley shot, save, score, out of out. From Wesley and to Bartolo. 1-0 Boston on a power play.
Even though Adam Oates has surpassed the 100-point plateau for the 3rd time in the last 4 years, the extent of his success in 1993 has still surprised many Bruins fans. The game's premier setup man has established career highs in all offensive categories, yet done so without a renowned goal scorer on his wing. If anything, that has made this season even more special.
It's gratifying in that sense because I proved to people that I can play without that big sniper. And, I wasn't personally worried, when Brett and I broke up, everybody said, he won't, Adam Oates won't get points without Brett Hall. And it's good to prove people wrong. On the same sense, it's going to be excellent when Cam's back full-time and, you know, rearing up, because the qualities he has you can't replace, and it's just going to elevate my game.
Bruins fans may be beside themselves if Oates' game goes much higher. As stated, the Oates resume this year has new highs in goals and points, almost the same with assists, as well as a variety of other personal bests. His biggest thrill to date, not individual but team-oriented, March 20th versus Detroit, when his 78th helper set a new club record for assists by a center.
For highlights, I guess, you know, maybe beating Phil Esposito's record is kind of an honor, because he's a Hall of Famer and obviously, you know, one of the best in the game, and to have a Bruins all-time record with a franchise that's been around so long, it's kind of a nice honor.
Oates is trying not to dwell too much on the success he's enjoyed thus far, trying to maintain a business-as-usual air. Why, you might ask, with such a prosperous year, would he not soak up the adulation? Because, quite simply, he doesn't want it to end.
I like to approach the game the same way every night, and maybe afterwards, every once in a while, you reflect on, boy, this has been kind of wild how successful it's been. And I kind of have the attitude, let's not think about it or talk about it, because I don't want to jinx myself. Just go play and work hard every night and keep playing and let it just continue to roll.
And since it has continued to roll, Oates has seen his name tossed around in a pretty select group. Those vying for the Hart Trophy as the game's MVP. Oates is honored at the mention of his name as a possible candidate, but feels it may be a bit of an enigma.
Obviously, I'm very excited that your name's, my name's even mentioned, and just to have your name with a certain echelon of people is fantastic, and means that you've produced well over the course of a year, and I'm very honored. And then I reflect back to, really, to be honest, it's only mentioned because Mario Lemieux got sick, and Wayne Gretzky was hurt, and Mark Messier was hurt, and in one sense, you're very happy, but when you put it in perspective, those three guys, I think, are the echelon of our league. We're kind of the best of the rest type guys.
Whatever he is, Bruin fans will take Adam Oates. Just as in 1991, when he and Brett Hull lit up the scoring columns, the Bruin center is relishing that special feeling that comes when you know everything is going right.
It was a great situation. I mean, just a fantastic feeling walking to the rink, and I think all year long I've had that feeling here. Is just, you come to the rink and you can't wait to put on the jersey and wish you could play every night, because good things have happened all the time.
In for Oates, he's in, he scores! A hat trick for Adam Oates from Juneau. The Bruins lead 4-1. That's pretty good.
Boy, he has scored, and what a trade Harry Sinden pulled off. Craig Janney to the St. Louis Blues for Adam Oates. 3-1, the Springfield Indians lead the Providence Bruins at the end of 2 periods. Bob Norton will have second period highlights, and we continue here on NESN.
This game has 3 rules. Do what has to be done. Sacrifice what has to be sacrificed. Give whatever you have to give. Not for the money, not for the praise, but for the game. This is what the game is. In all its glory.
If you want to follow the Bruins as they head into playoff action, as well as the rest of the NHL, turn to NESN Sports Desk, the morning edition, for the most complete and concise coverage anywhere. We'll be there for all the highlights as the Celtics continue to jockey for position in the Eastern Conference. And it's okay to be called out looking at Sports Desk as Roger Clemens tries to rocket the Sox to the top of the AL East. All that and more from 5 to 9 on NESN Sports Desk, the morning edition.
Some guests on both Providence and Boston Bruins hockey receive a gift certificate from Eastern Clothing of Watertown. Choose from a full selection of spring and summer suits in single and double-breasted models. If you want to look your best, shop Eastern Clothing.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Providence Civic Center. You see the score right there. The Springfield Indians 3 unanswered goals until Providence finally got their first. Second period scoring began at 4:51. Leonid Torpachenko, his 32nd from Robert Petrovici. Petrovici makes a fine play behind the goal line. Superb puck handling by Petrovici. Watch him. He just works himself away from the defense. Up against Winnis. Now he's just going to work away from Huscroft. Works away from Huscroft. Gets the shot off. And there's the big guy, Leonid Torpachenko, on the other side of the net. Puts in that shot. But the hard work done by Robert Petrovici, working himself away from Jamie Huscroft. That made it 3-0, but this is just a great play by Joseph Stumple, feeding Steve Jakes, and Jakes gets his fourth. I'll tell you, Stumple works off the boards and draws the defense to him, lets that play develop, and flips the puck off to Jakes as Jakes goes all alone coming down the right side. Big save in this second period, and if Providence comes back to win, it'll be on this save by Bales against 15. Joe Day, Bales stops that backhand shot, and that was at a key spot in the second period with the score 3-0, and the Springfield Indians all over the Providence Bruins. Bales made a big stop there. Providence came back to score the goal. So it's Torpachenko from Petrovici and Bolio, and then Jakes from Stumple. We didn't have that Bolio assist earlier, but we got it now for you. Corey Bolio.
Let us also explain the Calder Cup playoff system to you. Providence, of course, opening here against Springfield, also playing best-of-7 in the Northern Division. Our Adirondack and Capital District. The two winners will meet in a best-of-7 playoff to determine the North Division champ. There'll also be a South Division champ, and there'll be an Atlantic champ, which will give you 3 champions. Well, obviously, you can only have 2 play each other. The team with the best record is given a bye to the Calder Cup finals. The other 2 teams play best-of-3, the winner advancing to meet the team with the best record in a best-of-7 series to determine the 1993 Calder Cup.
Can you give me that again? One more time, Pete. It's 3-23-1. That is not a good omen. I want to see you do that again. Can you
best-of-7, best-of-7, then best-of-3, or a bye, then best-of-7.
I got you. That's good.
You'll wind up with 3 divisional champions. The one with the best record gets a bye to the finals. The other 2 meet in best-of-3, and then you'll go one more time, best-of-7 to decide it all. Hopefully Providence will be there right to the end. 1993 Calder Cup. Binghamton would probably go in as the favorite. A great year they had. 57 wins for the Binghamton Rangers. They, of course, are the big team in the South Division standings. St. John's won the Atlantic Division with 95 points.
Sox fans, don't forget that in addition to our Boston Red Sox coverage, we'll be coming back to the Ocean State for 15 games of AAA Pawtucket Red Sox. Dave Shea and Mike Stenhouse will have the call from McCoy Stadium. We're going to start April 17th, and the Paw Sox hope to host the Columbus Clippers, the best in AAA baseball here on Nesson. Good center zone defense by Providence forced that icing face-off to the left of Manilow.
3-1 lead for Springfield as we get underway here, third period. Andrew McKim hustling after it for Providence. McKim back behind the goal. Now Brian Chapman finds Mike McHugh, and out comes Springfield. McHugh carrying across the blue line. Tied up there by Elaine. Billy Eward goes to the corner. Puck is underneath Elaine. Eward will pick it up and start out now for Providence. Pass goes to Steve Jakes. That was a dangerous one. Elaine lost the bump and run there with McKim. McKim is in. He stopped in front of the rebound. Just knocked him in front of the goal. Steve Jakes. Billy Eward a shot. That was knocked down. Beer playing without a stick. Let's Sumalainen send the puck down the ice. Back after it will go Elaine. And that should bring the face-off back in the Springfield zone. 1 minute and 6 seconds into the third period.
Well, 2 early face-offs. That does not bode well for the style of play of the Springfield Indians. They'd like to be a little more on the attack than this. McKim makes a dandy play right here as he just outraces a much bigger player. You can see him muscle Sumalainen off the puck, come to the front of the net, go backhand, and just lose the puck as he went to the backhand. I'll tell you, Sumalainen must have 2 feet on McKim. He took the puck away from him anyway.
Face-off will go to the left of the goal. 18:54 remaining in regulation. Springfield trying to hold on to a 3-1 lead. You saw that save that Bales made in the second period. Other than a 5-minute period, and that save that Bales made was right at the end of that 5-minute period where they dominated. Yep. It's been pretty much Providence.
I think the one thing that Springfield has to be careful of is not to hold on. you start holding on against this Providence team, they're just going to come at you in waves and got too much offense to hold on this early in the game in the third period.
Luck keeps it moving off for Todd Richards. Richards has a lot of ice time tonight for this club. Corey Bolio. Bolio for Daniels. Daniels getting it back out to center. Here's Joe Day. Joe Day and Scott Morrow across the line. Joe Day's shot deflects it over the top of the goal. Jamie Huscroft comes up, wraps it off the boards and out. Joel Koch overskated it. Daniels will play it back in. Mark Chris, former BU captain. Joel Koch. And a layup up along the boards, getting it over. Joel Koch out in front, and Murray missed the net. Toropachenko back the other way. Leonid Toropachenko across the line, bumped by Huscroft. Chris comes in as well. Toropachenko got sandwiched between the two of them. Hit again by Huscroft. Chris will go back behind the goal. Off for Panalea, pass Humanik, back out to center. Petrovitsky clears in, and Chris will ride it right back out. This is Stevens. John Stevens, headmanning it on now to Petrovitsky. Robert Petrovitsky lost it briefly there to Sweeney. Now Jakes comes up with it, finds Peter Laviolette. Laviolette scoots in, pulled down, Sear will go. That's Govaderos. Govaderos will get the hooking call, and Providence down by 2 will go on the power play.
Well, Laviolette shows some good acceleration, coming across the line, accelerating right to left, and pulls away from Govaderos. Govaderos puts a hook on him, and he's going to get the call. Laviolette, a little burst right there, gets Govaderos behind. Feels that stick on him, goes down. Govaderos doesn't like the call. Problem Govaderos had right there is he got caught not skating, had to reach with the stick, and when you reach with the stick, put it on a guy, he goes down, you're going to get the call on you.
Now this building picks up in intensity. 2:43, the time of the penalty on Govaderos for hooking. Providence down 3-1, has the extra man for the 4th time in the hockey game. They have not scored a power play goal as yet. Joseph Stumple's out there along with Murray and Sweeney up front. They've got Lavoie and Jakes manning the points. First lineman Seitz is going to do a little bit of landscaping job.
Or ice-scaping.
That's probably a little better.
Here you see the power plays. Springfield's 1 of 5.
McHugh knocking it back out to center ice. Now McHugh handing it for Todd Richards. Richards was bumped, will let Sweeney carry back behind the goal.
Yeah, the shorthand play of the Springfield team has been excellent all night.
Off the stick of Murray. Back is Richards. Not out. Jakes for Lavoie. Lavoie had it blocked by McHugh. Here's Murray. Murray back out for Lavoie. Off for Murray. Richards trying to force play there. Off for Murray. Stumple hit a skate with a centering pass. Joseph Stumple gets it back again. Now Stumple moves it across, back in front to Murray. Just failed to click.
Sweeney made the pass over, and Murray was not in position to shoot the puck.
Here comes Sweeney. Sweeney dropping it back, tipped away from Stumple, and finally cleared out of there by Scott Morrow. Stopped by Mike Bales. Bales will sweep it around the board. Lavoie for Sweeney. Sweeney dumping it back, carrying his Jakes off the stick of McKim. Broken up there by Manley. Not out. And back after it now will go Lavoie. Bales leaves back behind the goal now for Lavoie. Off for Jimmy Vesey out at center. Now Vesey will send it back into the Springfield zone. 27 seconds left in Govaderos' penalty. Lavoie from the point. Get traffic out in front. Tumalainen has Vesey tied up. Chalafu pokes it free. Back out to center, and Laviolette goes back to play it for Providence. 12 seconds to go in Govaderos' penalty. Cleared by Stevens. Laviolette has Day on him. Day goes down. Govaderos is back. And Springfield is back at full strength, and Providence is now 0 for 4 on the power play tonight. Here's Winnis. He lost it. Paul Sear takes a shot. Big save by Bailey. Winnis clears back out to center as we reach the 5-minute mark of the third period. Still 3-1 Springfield. Peter Laviolette. Pass Sear back out to center. Todd Richards just sends it right back in again. That clock continues to tick down. 14:45. Lots of time for Providence as they trail 3-1. Peter Laviolette. Ed Manning it out to center. This is C.J. Young tied up by Mike McHugh. Manilock clearing along the boards. Off for Stevens. And then back down the ice again.
Well, that was a dangerous clear, a flip clear right up to shoot. Panaleyev, one of the shorter players on the ice, almost had it.
Panaleyev now gains the line. Panaleyev finds the puck, a backhander, and Manilock makes another one. Manilock has made a lot of saves tonight. Another penalty coming up here on Springfield as play continues for the extra attacker. Zoltok a shot. Manilock another save. Chris shot. There's a drive by Elaine. The red light is on, but the puck did not go in. The puck hit the goalpost. The red light is on, but it's no goal. That puck never went behind him. Manilock came charging out. There was a shot from Elaine that rang. You could hear it up here off the pipe. The red light came on, but it was a clanker. He's about to face more pressure, though, because Providence will have the power play when we return.
Caught by Turnbull. Runner tags. Here's the throw home, and he is out at
the 8th inning to Thompson. And there's a line shot, left field. Looking up, this ball is gone, a home run.
The young guns of Cleveland, Baerga, Lofton, Bell, and the rest of the tribe visit Fenway Wednesday afternoon at 1, live on NESN.
I'll tell you, Springfield holding on here in the defensive zone. There you see Tomlak with the grab on. That's the penalty. Tomlak on Panaleyev. See the referee calling that right from behind the goal line. Jam at the end. That's a shot from the outside by Zoltok. Jammed up in front. There's a lane. We didn't see it in. Well, I'll tell you, Manilock made a great save there, just sideways across the goal mouth. And a rebound off the Elaine shot. Some superb goaltending by Manilock and a little bit of help from the post, and Tomlak off for holding. The Providence Bruins 0 for 4 on the power play tonight, get their 5th shot at it.
Referee Jackson over talking with the goal judge. Shots on goal here in the third period have been 3-1 Providence. They're 36-16 for the hockey game.
Wants to know what he saw, I'm sure. This copyrighted broadcast is brought to you under paid cable TV rights granted to the New England Sports Network. Any rebroadcast or other use of the accounts of this game without the written consent of the Providence Bruins and NESN is prohibited.
So Providence about to go on the power play for the 5th time in this hockey game, still looking for the red light to come on for real. They've had the red light on. They've had a puck in earlier in the hockey game when Murray scored. That was waved off because the referee had lost sight of the puck. They trail 3-1 with 13:56 remaining in regulation. Now they have the manpower advantage. They'll send out Stumple, Murray, Lavoie, along with Sweeney and Steve Jakes. With Lavoie and Jakes back on the point, now Stumple will skate over to the Providence bench. I think he's just over there to get new lumber. He will stay on the power play unit, which again has been dry so far tonight.
Arid. So 0 for 4? Is that what I said?
0 for 4.
0 for 4.
This is number 5. Stumple moving in on the faceoff. Lost it to Joe Day. Chapman clearing up along the board. Sear tried to get it out. Lavoie took a whack at it to keep it in. Now Dominic Lavoie will keep it in. Off for Murray. Tied up by Paul Sear. Sear trying to work it out. Can't. Puck is loose. Back to Lavoie. Shot. He scores! Dominic Lavoie! Sear could not get it out. And Lavoie drove one past Manilock. Power play goal at 6 21, and it's a one-goal lead for Springfield, 3-2.
But Dominic Lavoie, number 19, but what a heady play by Sweeney. Sweeney gloves the puck and moves it out to Lavoie. Not back inside, out to the shooter. The shooter coming toward the net makes the play. There's a deflection off the Stumple forecheck. There's a smart play by Sweeney. The smart dish off, and the big shot by Lavoie. Stumple should get an assist on that, and Sweeney. Stumple deflected that pass up in the air, and then Sweeney put it down on the ice, moved it out to Lavoie. Lavoie gets his 19th.
19th goal of the year for Lavoie. 10 of those goals have come on power play. And Mike O'Connell and the Providence Bruins are within one now with 13:39 to go here in regulation, and we will take a break. Back with more American Hockey League playoff action right after this.
Into the windup and the pitch. Hit to center field. Still going back. Hooray! Back it's gone. Home run.
College baseball 1993. It's a brutal battle for the NCAA's #1 ranking. From coast to coast and conference to conference, don't miss the nation's top teams. It's the excitement of America's favorite game, played by tomorrow's major leaguers.
Miami hosts Florida International tomorrow night at 7:30, live on NESN.
There's Dominic Lavoie. He got his 19th goal, 10th on power play. Sweeney, and it must have been 19, not 16. Murray got the assist. You see it, 14 and 19 on power play. Is that right?
Some discrepancy there.
Yeah,
I don't know. But he's got a lot of them. Look at it that way.
Let's just look. Let's get this correct here. 18. Yep, that's his 14th power play goal. 14.
Maniluk has played superbly between the pipes. Has faced numerous shots.
34 saves. 34 saves. 36 shots on goal. 34 saves. The Bales, 16 shots on goal. 13 saves. So he hasn't been pressed too often. Crew is out. Some of the Providence fans threw some things on the ice, and always a dangerous thing to do in ice surface, and the crew's got to be careful when they go out there. They get everything off.
Well, it's the Providence Civic Center in Providence, Rhode Island, where Springfield had a 3-0 lead. And we talked about earlier that save that Bales made. Ever since Bales made that save, Providence has, that would have made it a 4-0 lead. Providence got right back in the hockey game, picked up a goal in the second period, have added another one here in the third.
Yeah, you look at those saves, and you say he only got 13 saves, but one of them was a big one because that would have been 4-0 had that puck gone in the net, and I'm not sure. This team is very, very capable offensively, but 4-0 is a long way back in playoff hockey. But Mike Bales, only 13 saves on the game, but has played well. He really didn't have too much of a chance. I look back on some of those goals. The Torpachenko goal, no chance at all, as Petrovici hit it off the post, and it went over on the other side, and Petrochenko was wide open. Govaderis' goal was a tip in front, and McHugh's goal, he was left alone by the defense and had a pass to him right in front of the net, no one there. Well, not much chance on any one of the three goals.
So the Springfield lead is now down to the narrowest of margins with 13 minutes and 39 seconds remaining in regulation. Game 1 of the best of 7 Calder Cup playoffs. Providence and Springfield. Again, game 2 will be in this building at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. And then the series moves to Springfield for games Friday and Saturday night at 7:30. The game here tomorrow, game 2, 7 o'clock at the Civic Center tomorrow night.
We mentioned earlier how to get tickets to all remaining Providence Bruin playoff action. And this is just another reminder of how easy it is. Tickets are available here at the box office. Ticket pro by calling 1-800-828-7080. Come cheer on your Providence Bruins to the Calder Cup and do it in person.
So 13:39 left in regulation is McKim moving in on the faceoff against Joe Day.
I don't like this already. They started a wave. I've never seen that before here. You like the wave?
Not particularly.
I hate the wave.
Cleared by Bales up around the boards as the wave continues to seesaw back and forth here at the Providence Civic Center. Meanwhile, the action on the ice with Day in the corner, shoved by Chris, tied up back behind the net. Hustroff trying to knock it free. Day trying to work it back in front. Day goes down. Eward comes out. Here comes a 3-on-2 as McKim breaks across the line. All for Eward. Eward's in. Stopped by Maniluk. Eward was the trailer, and Manilock made a big save, maybe his biggest of the night.
Well, that was just an exceptional pass by Winnis to spot him coming down the chute right through center zone. Here's McKim on the original rush, makes a drop pass to Winnis, one-times it, hits Eward, doesn't even break stride. Eward redirects it on net, and Manilock with the save. That's an outstanding play all around, everybody involved.
So we have passed the 7-minute mark of the third period. Springfield 3, Providence 2, and 36 big saves tonight for George Manilock. 7,126 here at the Civic Center tonight for Game 1 of the Calder Cup playoffs. Scott Humanek trying to work his way out. Out come the Indians now. Robert Petrovitsky breaking the center. Petrovitsky gains the line. Cutting in here against Laviolette. That's as far as he'll go. Lane has McHugh tied up. Winnis will come up with the puck back behind the goal, and here come the Bruins. Winnis too far for Eward. McHugh was hooked by Laviolette and got away with it. McKim to Eward. Eward will flip it back in. And Brian Chapman will get it back out. Rick Delane. Analeyev in traffic. In the person of Paul Sear. Sear on his knee tried to play it in front. Jolcock will break out. Jolcock at center. Gains the line. Jolcock to Vesey. That will go way up in the crowd. That'll be a souvenir. 11:49 left in regulation.
Good play anticipating that pass by Todd Richards. He saw it coming all the way, and he was right on the shot for the deflection. He's a busy man.
This looks like it's going to be a great series.
Sure does.
Coach Leach has his troops obviously very prepared tonight.
Make an outstanding coach in a college program at UMass. I think a lot of it has to do with what Jay wants to do. He's a superb coach at any level. He's got a good job here in the American Hockey League, and he'd be a great college coach.
Analeyev tied up by Bolio back behind the net. Todd Richards will come up with the puck. Easy fighting to keep it in. Finally, Panaleyev comes up with it in the corner. He and Shalafou battle back behind the net. Shalafou takes him down, but the whistles may be put away in this one.
They're both grabbing on there.
Jolcock being bumped in there by Shalafou. Out they come with Panaleyev to center. Panaleyev ahead for Vesey. Vesey getting it into the Springfield zone. We passed the 9-minute mark of the third period. 3-2 in favor of Springfield. Huscroft poking it free at center, played by Timmy Sweeney. There's Laviolette. His shot, whoa, that's deflected. That's deflected about 45-degree angle and way over in the right corner.
Grigori Panaleyev isn't a very big player, but he's extremely strong, and he uses the body with great effectiveness. Keeps the defender away from the puck. Look at him get that left arm down, protect the puck from the defender using the left arm, and then they all just sort of hold on to one another. A little chop there by Panaleyev, a little late, but he and Shalafou sort of got into it behind the goal line, and Panaleyev kept him off beautifully with the left arm.
Stumble along with Sweeney and Murray up front. Laviolette and Huscroft, the defensive pairing, sent up by Coach O'Connell with 10:42 remaining in regulation. Tomlak won the draw. Got Morrow out at center. Morrow scooting into the Providence zone, dropping it back. Tomlak put it over the top of the net. Here's Morrow. Huscroft. Now Daniels. Daniels bumped there by Laviolette. Timmy Sweeney riding out to center. Here's Sweeney down the right wing. Sweeney cutting in against Sumalainen. Sumalainen's got him tied up pretty good right now. Daniels can't get it out. Finally, Mike Tomlak will get it back out to center with a pass to Scott Morrow, who will dump it back in the Providence zone. Jamie Huscroft to Joseph Stumple. Rick Delane. Robert Petrovitsky. Petrovitsky comes into the Providence zone, fired the shot wide. It was offside.
Yeah, McHugh was offside on the right.
9:44 to go in regulation. 3-2 Springfield. What's that, Petrovitsky and Huskroff? Are they patting each other's helmet?
Well, Petrovitsky thought that Huskroff hit him after the whistle, knocked him down, and instead of retaliating against him, he was going to try to do a little humiliation. That's the knockdown. That was after the whistle. So, you know, that's first. He didn't like that. Followed him, and he did it then back. Then he got it back himself. They could have been tapping each other in the head most of the rest of the night. Robert Petrovitsky.
He's in there against Andrew McKim on the draw. Bales stops behind the net. Mark Chris now for the Providence Bruins for Billy Ewart on the left wing. Back out too far from McKim at center. Chapman knocking it back in. Stopped by Bales. Leaving it there for Chris. Chased by Petrovitsky. Steve Jakes. Billy Ewart on the left wing. Andrew McKim. There's McKim cutting in. Back for Ewart. Pass behind him. He was covered by Paul Sear. Steve Jakes out in center. Robert Petrovitsky playing it back to center ice again. Mark Chris back at his own line. Headbanning it there. There's a chance for Winnis cutting in down the left wing. Winnis back in front. McKim is stopped by Maniluk. Puck laying out in front. McKim took a whack at it, and Maniluk made the save. 8:56 to go. 3-2 Springfield.
Bruins fans, for a complete update on the state of pro hockey, tune to Nesson before every Bruins telecast for Bruins Digest. I'm Tom Larson. Be sure to join me before every Bruins game on Nesson. We bring you up-to-the-minute news and highlights regarding the Bruins and the rest of the NHL, and the personal side of the players who make and shape this exciting, fast-paced game. It's a half hour of hockey you won't want to miss. Bruins Digest before every Bruins game right here on Nesson.
Keep your eye on McKim. He's going to figure in this play a little bit later. I'll tell you, a nice move there by Winnis. McKim continues on to the front of the net. That pass across doesn't convert to Ewart, but here comes McKim. Little move there by Maniluk. Just gets in position to make that save. McKim goes 5-hole, and Maniluk squeezes it. That was a good one.
Zoltak, Panaleyev, and Vesey out there with Laviolette and Rick Delane. Zoltak on the draw. Chalafu won it. Richards gets it over to Joe Day, and out now come the Springfield Indians. Joe Day out at center ice. Day will dump it into the Providence zone. That winds up in the crowd. And so the faceoff will go back to the neutral zone with 8:44 remaining in regulation.
You notice something I like very much about Maniluk. Now, he's made 37 saves tonight. How many of the saves have looked spectacular? He's been very solid on all of them.
As far as being a flopper,
yeah, he hasn't been flopping around. I mean, you don't look at the saves and say, boy, like that last one, that looked like a routine kind of play. Only because of the way he played the angles and how he anticipated and saw McKim coming. That's the way to look at a goaltender and say, boy, he's got a pretty good idea of his angles, pretty good idea of his fundamentals, because he's not flopping all around the ice. He's made 37 saves, and very few of them flopping around.
Here comes Rick Delane from center ice. Richards cleared. Laviolette knocked it in on the delayed offside. Richards will spin in his own zone. Todd Richards back out to center ice. Mike Tomlak against Rick Delane. Now Peter Laviolette back the other way. Vesey in. Vesey shot stopped by Maniluk. He'll pull in the rebound. And a face-off will go to his left. 40 shots on goal now for Providence tonight.
Well, we said this right at the beginning of the third period. The Springfield Indians allowing too much pressure in their own end. It's gone on most of the period long, but Maniluk has been the answer as he's made a number of real good stops. Here's Vesey on the right side, leading scorer against this Springfield team for Providence over the course of the year. Gets that one right through the defender's legs, through a screen, and Maniluk alertly makes the stop right along the ice and puts it away.
7-2 shots on goal this period for Providence. They outshot him 13-7 in the first, 20-8 in the second, and now 7-2 here in the third. Adds up to 40-17 for the hockey game. But they're behind. That'll be an icing call, and Maniluk, want it or not, is going to get more company.
A couple of congratulations while we're here, Bob. Mark Kaufman, the Hobey Baker finalist and fine forward at Yale, and Derek Plant, another Hobey Baker finalist from Minnesota Duluth, the co-most valuable players in the College Hockey East-West All-Star game, which was played up in Orono, Maine last Saturday night, and just put on, tell you, the Shriners, they know how to run parades and they know how to run games, because they did a great job, and all for a superb cause, the Shriner Burn Institutes.
Out to center with it now, Mike Tomlak, knocked away at the line. Tomlak getting it back again. We've passed the 12-minute mark of the third period. 7:50 remaining in regulation. Still a one-goal lead for Springfield. Govidero's back behind the net. Rolled it out in front. Bale's going to have to put the glove on it. Chris had his man McHugh tied up. Don't worry about the puck, worry about the man. Now we're getting some shoving out in front of Bale.
Looked as if it took Bales a little bit longer than one might have expected to jump down on that puck, as it was just in front of him, right in the goal crease. I thought he might have had his stick stuck somewhere that he couldn't move on it. Let's see if we can pick up what might have slowed him down. Maybe he wasn't slow. There it is. Oh, he missed. That's what it was. Took a whap at it and he missed it. That'll cause you to be a little slower.
And at that point, it's a good idea to freeze it.
You bet. Govidero's a feisty fella.
Had a feisty hockey game.
Yeah, #1 draft choice back a number of years ago of Hartford Whalers. Petrovici's their #1 draft pick out of the '92 draft, just 19 years old.
Facing off against Andrew McKim, who has a pretty good future in Boston coming up. Sweeney dropping it off for Laviolette. Behind McKim out at center ice. Bales will handle the bouncer. Leaves for Jakes. Ran into Toropachenko. Finally played by Sweeney. Here come the Bruins the other way. Sweeney will lead the Providence rush into the Springfield zone. Sweeney pulls up, trying to get it over for Murray. Broken up by Richard. And back comes Toropachenko. Leonid Toropachenko tried one pass that he shouldn't have tried. He had a better chance to drive it towards the net, tried to slide it across. And now we've got a penalty coming up.
Laviolette's going to get a penalty for hooking Petrovici, and I'll tell you, Springfield should have had one too, because right at the end of the play, number 11, Paul Sear, took a whack at Steve Jakes, sent him right down to the ice. First class slash, no call there. Tell you, Providence just got caught here, and they've got to hustle back. There's the hold by Laviolette on Petrovici.
So Providence down by a goal, 3-2. Now down a player, Laviolette, for holding. 12:54 the time.
Robert Petrovici, #1 draft pick, 1992, out of Czechoslovakia.
Sixth power play of the night for Springfield. They've gone 1 for 5, as has Providence on the power play tonight. Face-off will go to the right of Bales. Providence needs goal to tie, but right now has to kill off a 2-minute disadvantage. Joe Day, Andrew McKim, one of their many face-offs tonight. Now McKim will leave, and C.J. Young will move in. This is how he started the hockey game. Back now to Brian Chapman. Chapman through traffic. Bales found it, made the save. Up with it's Andrew McKim. Bales hasn't had to make many saves, but that was a big one.
Well, he had Govideros right in front, too. Govideros has a tip earlier in the game for goal. Look for another one there.
Broken up at center by Mark Chris. Mike McHugh dropping back now to Brian Chapman. Chapman will go back behind the goal. 1:30 left in the holding call against Laviolette. Joe Day, bothered by McKim. Govideros will move it over to Mike McHugh. McHugh walks by Chris, spins it around the board. Govideros keeping it in. Knocked down in front by Chris. Off for Govideros, back for Humanek, picked off by McKim, but Humanek has McKim tied up all the way down the ice. C.J. Young will bring it in. Young over to McKim, that was broken up. Chris will dump it deep into the zone. And back to play it now goes Humanick. We've reached the 14-minute mark of the third period. 50 seconds left in Laviolette's penalty. Scott Humanick. And it'll wind up on the Providence bench in a face-off at center ice. 41 seconds left in the penalty time to Laviolette. 5:47 left in regulation.
Well, the fans wanted a holding call here on Humanick. You be the judge. Number 29, Scott Humanick. Got the stick in front of him. Restraining. No arm hold. There's the arm hold. That's an arm hold. That's a hold.
Got it pretty wrapped up, didn't he?
Yeah, right in the beginning he was okay, but when we started wrapping the arms, that's holding.
That's what they teach you in Saskatoon. Humanick will take it back behind the net. 5:40 left. Not sure how interested Springfield is in scoring a power play goal, but they are interested in making sure they don't give up anything short-handed.
Protect the puck if you're the last man back.
Tomlak at the line to Toropachenko. This is Rick Lane back behind his own goal. Tim Sweeney getting it back out to center. Chris Winnis, 10 seconds and Laviolette is back. Winnis trying to free Jakes, broken up now by Toropachenko. Laviolette's back in 3 seconds. Sweeney's back after it, clears to center. Laviolette is returned, and Providence is back at full strength. Todd Richards back behind the goal. 5 minutes to go in regulation. 5 minutes left, 3-2 Springfield. We go to overtime, we could play forever. Joltok, Rick Lane, back out to center ice. Flipping it back in was Chapman. Huscroft for Rick Lane. Headmanning it off the stick of Panaleev. Panaleev in a battle here with Todd Richards. Ryan Chapman. Here come the Indians. Paul Steer to center. Scott Morrow gaining the line against Huscroft, who was hooked down. Joltok to Huscroft. Joltok clears the zone to center ice. 4:15 to go in regulation. Daniels clears it in. Huscroft throws it back out. Panaleev on the left wing. Panaleev spun around at the blue line. Joltok back for Panaleev. Panaleev knocked down by Chapman. I think we got a penalty call coming up here against Chapman. Either that for some activity out in front.
And that's a dumb play right there. A very, very dumb play. I think we're going to end up having matching penalties. I think Panaleev is going to go off for throwing his glove at Chapman.
Well, let's take a break. 3:58 to go in regulation.
Get ready for the 1993 Red Sox. This season promises to be action-packed as 8-time National League All-Star Andre Dawson leads the Red Sox newcomers to battle against their American League opponents. To order your tickets, phone the Red Sox ticket office at 617-267-1700 or visit the Red Sox ticket office at Fenway Park or the Clubhouse shop at the Burlington Mall.
Grigori Panaleev, very dangerous as he comes toward his backhand front of the net. That's the penalty by Chapman. Actually, the penalty was right behind the play by Mike McHugh. It looked like Panaleev throws his glove. There's Chapman over there. That's it. Now, that's not smart. He already had the call. Now he's going to get in a match.
Well, Panaleev came over, and Panaleev was bleeding from a cut, looked like over his right eye. Pretty good share of blood. He has gone down the passageway to the locker room. I'm not sure what the penalties are, whether Panaleev is going to get stitched up or whether he was given a match penalty.
Well, it's obviously a 2-minute tripping or hooking penalty, and then I would say the other 2 minutes is unsportsmanlike conduct. Well, maybe Chapman's the only guy up there. Maybe there isn't a matching penalty. Looks like the Providence Bruins have 5. You're not supposed to throw your glove at people in this game. That's unsportsmanlike conduct. That should be called.
22, Chapman gets a 2-minute penalty.
For holding.
So they're going to call Chapman for
Number 13, Grigori.
Here, hold on.
a 10-minute misconduct.
Oh, that's what he did.
Time
He
of the
gave
penalty is
Penalty of a 10-minute misconduct to preserve the Providence Bruins man advantage in power play. Having just called one on the Providence Bruins, we have a penalty called on the Springfield Indians, and instead of giving him an unsportsmanlike conduct, which would have been a matching penalty, gave him a misconduct.
Now, rarely in life is 2 better than 10, but it is in this case. Providence with a 1-goal deficit and the power play. Jakes inside the line. To Sweeney, back for Jakes. 6th power play of the night for Providence, and their biggest. That one missed the net. Stumple was bumped. Lavoie for Murray. Murray back for Jakes. Jakes moving it down. Fanning on it was Sweeney. Richards to clear. Lavoie can't keep it in. Matalock stops it back behind the goal. Bales at the other end. Minute 22 to go in the power play. Steve Jakes. Ed Manning it to Tim Sweeney. Here comes Sweeney right up the center of the ice. Now down the right wing. Cutting in, drops it back for Stumple. Big save by Matalock. Shot out the skate and made the save. Jakes bothered there by Morrow. Morrow trying to muscle it out, can't. Yuka Sumalainen will send it down the ice. 55 seconds to go in the penalty time to Chapman. 2:50 remaining in regulation. Dominic Lavoie now for Providence, back behind the goal to Peter Laviolette. Ed Manning it out now to Zoltak at center. Zoltak will gain the line. Zoltak spinning with it. Drops it back for Laviolette. A shot. Another save by Matalock. What a hockey game he's played tonight. And Springfield able to ice the puck. Andrew McKim right back in again. Here comes Zoltak. Zoltak cutting in against Stevens. Drops it into the corner. Sumalainen will send it down the ice. 18 seconds left in the penalty time to Chapman. 42-18. Shots on goal for Providence. Yet Springfield leads 3-2. Broken up by McHugh. And that was sent into the Springfield bench with 2:06 remaining. What a night he's had. He
made 2 skate saves. The first one on a direct shot, the second one in traffic. Just sort of those game-saving saves you have late in the contest, 2:06 remaining. This is the second of those. Zoltak outside, works it to the point. Lavoie already has one tonight. That was a deflection in front. He stopped it with the pad off Vesey. This is Stumple a little bit earlier. Stumple works his way to the inside. Look at that with the skate. Again, it looks routine when you watch it like that. Doesn't look overly spectacular, but it's that way because of excellent anticipation and playing of the angles.
He has 40 saves tonight, including 2 big ones on this power play.
Boy, I guess.
Still 8 seconds to go on the power play. Faceoff, though, will be outside the Springfield line. B.J. Young moving against Paul Sear on the faceoff. And this is just game 1. The best of 7, game 2 here at the Civic Center tomorrow night. Games 3 and 4 in Springfield this weekend. Friday night and Saturday night. Back is Chris. Back is Chapman. Springfield at full strength. And less than 2 minutes now to play in regulation. We'll keep our eye on goaltender Bales. Here has it in deep. Bales stopping that. C.J. Young now will start out. Out to Mark Chris. Chris out to center ice. Got it past Morrill. Now Huscroft will carry. Huscroft gaining the line, has Eward with him. Huscroft will take the shot. That was blocked. Broken up by Sear, off for Morrill. And Morrill back out working here against Chris. Morrill with a nice move. Bales had to make a save. And Chris Winnis charging out for the Providence Bruins. 1:19 to go. Here's Winnis gaining the line but losing the puck. And Morrill will dump it in. One UNHer on one team, one UNHer on the other. Out comes Laviolette. 1:05 to go. Bales moving out of the crease. Bales heading to the bench. Extra attacker. Goal is empty in the Providence zone. Here's Sweeney. Sweeney moving it off. Pass over for Jim Vesey. Vesey watched by McHugh. Tomlak fanned on it. Murray back behind the goal. Off now for Stumple. Back out in front. Hit his skate. Out comes Mike McHugh. McHugh at center. Lost it to Stumple. And got it back again and played it across the line. And the puck will wind up in the crowd. Just over 30 seconds to go in this one.
On that last pass, Stumple inside the faceoff circle tried to thread the needle with a pass inside. Just no room to get it inside. Instead of passing it out to the point where they were wide open, would have had a good opportunity to shoot from the outside with some traffic in front. Now watch this one. See, he has it as he comes up behind the goal line and tries to thread the needle. You see how wide open that left point is. Everybody converged on the inside. Laviolette was open, but when the pass was intercepted, now out it comes, and you just don't have a lot of time left. 30 seconds and change. 3-2 Springfield.
Game 1 of the Calder Cup playoffs.
You know, it's an example of, in situations like this where you need a goal, you should try to do simple things. You know, don't try to make the complicated play and thread the needle with a pass. Make the simplest play you can make to get somebody a clear offensive attempt.
30.6 seconds remaining. Springfield has jumped to a 3-0 lead and has held on. They have been outshot in the hockey game 42-18. Before 7,126, they believe, and they've had a great season here in Providence. The Bruins have lost just 9 home games all season long. They've dominated this one, but they trail.
Averaging 9,279 per game.
George Maniluk, who wears number 30, with 30.6 seconds remaining. George Maniluk between the pipes tonight for Springfield has been the story here at the Civic Center this evening.
40 saves.
Lately, not too many of them have been routine either.
Nope. Those two that he made, one with the pad, the other one with the skate, they were just superb stops. The one on Stumple was something else.
Tom Lack against McKim on the draw. Bales back in the goal. Lavoie getting it off for Laviolette. Laviolette clearing across the line. Bales goes to the bench now for the extra attacker. Todd Richards goes back, cranks it along the board. Hit McKim with it. McKim getting it over to Vesey. Back now to McKim. Centering pass was broken up. Coming out is Todd Richards. Richards will neatly play it off the boards out to center ice. 9 seconds left. One more rush for Providence. Sweeney couldn't handle the pass. Chapman sending it down the ice. Providence trying to get there in time because it'll be icing. Just didn't make it. Lavoie got there just as the horn sounded. Otherwise, the face-off would have gone the other way. What a job Maniluk did as game 1 goes to Springfield 3-2. We're back to wrap it up right after this.
Donuts presents designer eclairs. Divine minis in bold new combinations like this little number. Chocolate cream filling, richly trimmed in chocolate frosting. Oh, fabulous apple filling with its coat of caramel. Oh, the excitement of chocolate cream with milk of frosting. Daring? Yes. Shocking? Perhaps. But for mini lovers, the height of good taste.
New Dunkin' Donuts designer mini eclairs.
Divine.
On the greenest of grass in old Fenway, where the Babe and the Kid and Yaz once played, lies more than the rise and fall of one season, but a place where dreams live, sometimes beyond reason. And as each team and star fades, a few things remain clear. The Sox are on Nesson, and this could be the year.
Taste of every sport under the sun on American Adventurer tomorrow night at 6:30 on Nesson. Your ticket to the widest variety of sports.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Providence Civic Center, game one. It was a dandy. Goes to Springfield by a score of 3-2. The Indians had trouble generating offense all night long. Only had 3 shots on goal in that third period, but Providence just couldn't get the tying goal.
Well, they really sat on it in the third period right from the first whistle, which can get you in trouble against a great offensive team, which the Providence Bruins are. But Maniluk was superb in the nets right from the very first couple of shots in the first period. You could see that he was on his game, played superbly, made some great saves, made them all look sort of routine, but they weren't routine. He had excellent angle play tonight, did a good job of covering up rebounds, and he just was the story of the game, and appropriately enough got the first star.
Yeah, he was standing on his head only figuratively because he was holding his position really all night long. Probably no better example of it than when we had the little set to at the end where Panaleyev went off on the 10-minute misconduct. Chapman got the 2-minute penalty for holding. Big power play. He made 2 great saves.
Yeah, he made one from the point from the outside. Great stop on the pad from the outside. And then he made one on Stumple coming into the slot. Just stopped it with the skate. And just a superb save. And I'll tell you something. What Springfield has announced here in this playoff series is that you may have finished first in the Northern Division. And they may have done a big trophy presentation out there at the beginning of the game with the spotlights and everything else. But you guys better be ready to play because we're going to play a tough hockey in this series. And this is going to be a tough 7 games.
Well, it's been a tough every game here this year. That's now 6 games to 2 in favor of Providence if you count the 7 regular season games. 8 games in this building, all decided by 1 goal. 2 of them have gone overtime.
Yeah, now they've got to play down, they're 1 game down in their home rink, and that doesn't help you. In a best-of-7 series, you've already given up the home ice advantage.
So that'll do it from here. Our final score once again tonight at the Providence Civic Center. Springfield wins it by a score of 3-2 over Providence. Be sure and stay with Nesson for more hockey action on Sunday as the parent Boston Bruins open the 1993 Adams Division semifinals against the Buffalo Sabres. Digest will start your night, and it's Boston against Buffalo live at 7. And for a complete update on the world of sports, tune into Nesson every weekday morning for Sports Desk, the morning edition. In just 15 minutes, Kim Walden will catch you up on all the late-breaking sports news and highlights. This has been an exclusive presentation of Nesson, your ticket to the best of Providence Bruins hockey.